right, what is up? Welcome everyone to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tate Kramer, Brian the Grizzly.
What's up, guys?
We're just gonna hang out for a little bit. Brandon's gonna join us in a little bit. Then we're gonna get into all our good stuff. We're gonna talk about some HBO upcoming projects. Well, Max.
Max. Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about that some more. And then we're gonna get into our Renfield review, which will basically be you and Brandon.
Hey, I watched enough of Renfield. And you know what? I love Nicolas Cage so much. He is so awesome. He knows what he's doing. I am such a fan. I can't wait to talk about it. I can't wait. He's awesome, man. The movie was hilarious. I don't care what anyone else says. It was just hilarious. It was over the top and it knew what it was. It understood the assignment and it delivered. So
yeah,
can't wait till we get to that.
Yeah. So I heard a lot of good things about it. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, we're just gonna hang out and wait for Brandon, and we were starting to talk about the whole Jonathan Majors situation. We've been kind of quiet about it because I think me and you were both on the same page. It was like, don't talk about it unless it's true. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of allegations and speculations and this and that and stuff like that. But right now we got some like news that he was just dropped from his management company, which is kind of a big deal. So,
well, I mean, there's other things like I noticed that he didn't show up to the Met Gala.
Oh, that's right. That happened already.
Yeah, so there's a big thing about that. So they told everyone mutually agreed that the actor would not be attending the Met Gala as one of the guests, which is earlier this month or whatever. But it's just
no, I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it. I'm going to see it, but not yet.
I am not going to see it.
I know.
There's like three things I don't mess with, man, and one of them are ghosts. I don't know, or spirits,
it's like
or whatever.
Based on a true story. So,
nope.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you, like if we're live on the show right now, if I saw or heard something over there, I'll just get my stuff and walk away. Live on screen, he'll be like, "Man, Brian, hello."
Yeah. So, I do want to see it. I forgot it was. I didn't even get to see Renfield, which but I believe Evil Dead is comes out this upcoming weekend. So I might just do a double feature scary movie viewing. Because I'm going by myself. Like Erica already said, like I'm not seeing that. Like every time the trailer just pops up anywhere, she's like, I'm not seeing it. So I'm not gonna force her.
Because it looks ridiculous and nuts.
It looks awesome.
Every part of it. Well, Evil Dead, I feel like I could get through because I've seen all the other Evil Deads and I understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Exorcism just is too real for me, man. Oh man.
Yeah. Although the new Evil Dead looks really serious, but then Colt Lord said, Dane and I just got back from seeing it tonight. Nice.
I want to know what you guys think. A whole lot of evil this weekend.
Yeah, with Renfield, I guess you got vampires, you got possession, and exorcism. Man, it's like Halloween in April.
Yeah, man. You know what? I don't understand. Look, life is scary enough. Just why am I going to get frightened for real? Like, I am. I just can't do it. Every time I think about it, like, all right, here we go. Yeah, and then my wife drags me. Then she drags me to the movie, and I got to sit there and pretend not to be scared. It's hard, guys. Not trying to not be scared, pretending. Look to the side of the screen.
It's just the funniest thing too, because you're like 6'5", like football college player, big tough guy. Bench 500 pounds.
I will fight. I'll fight nobody. I'll fight anybody. I don't mind that. Hey, who want to get in a fight? I got your back. I'm the person to go into the alley with. Well, unless that alley has ghosts.
Yeah.
If that alley has ghosts, then we are all in trouble. Because I'm leaving you. I'm running as fast as I can. Like Brian.
Yeah. And we got the View with Drew with us. What's up? Have you guys seen 127 Hours? If so, what are your thoughts?
I saw that before.
I saw it. Man, how? Yeah, it was a while ago. I thought it was good. Who played the guy?
What was his name? His name?
Franco?
Yeah, Franco.
Wasn't it Franco, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember liking it, but it's also, it's a real story. So
it's tough
hard
to watch, and people realizing you gotta do something. Could I cut off my own arm? Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Look, I wouldn't be there in rocks. That's the answer.
In that situation. But I thought it was a good movie. I mean, but it's based on a real story, and the real story is pretty intense. So, but when did that come out? 2011, January 28th, 2011. So it's been a while. I don't think I haven't seen it since. I think I only saw it like once.
Yeah,
so,
I saw it.
Yeah, it was good.
It was very good. I think I saw it streaming actually.
But yeah. Oh, check it out. Academy Award Best Actor in the Leading Role, a nomination.
Yeah, that's the only time that ever happened.
I know. James Franco will never get it. And then the next year he did Pineapple Express.
You need a better agent, bro.
The 2023 Air movie is a very great true story in Nike's deal with the yeah. So I saw it. So I saw you posted your so Cineview. I saw you posted your review of it. Again, another movie I want to watch and haven't seen. Tetris. I need to add that to the list. There's
Tetris. I think we need to do a review on Tetris. I'm telling you.
Hopefully, we got to just maybe record and just knock them out really quick. But I heard Air was so good. I heard Air was amazing.
Well, I mean, think about. Amazing. I mean, they called Michael Jordan and said, "I want to do a movie on it." Michael Jordan says, "All right, I got some things. 1, you can't show my face. 2, Viola Davis had to be my mama. 3, this is the way that the story went. Like, he still, like, he has to be like executive producer or something because all the stuff he had to do. Like, it was amazing. Like how many inside story stuff that they had. And I mean, the story itself was amazing. You have to realize Nike was nothing. It'll literally be like LeBron James dropping, coming in as a rookie. Oh, Wembanyama, who's going to be coming in next year, and then coming in with Asics, and then making it the greatest brand of all time. Like that's what it will be. So
yeah.
So I'm definitely interested. Especially for us from Chicago. I'm probably going to see that Wednesday. I'm probably see Air Wednesday, and then I'm excited about Sisu. But I still can't even get tickets yet.
I know I wonder if they don't believe in it when they do it. But yeah, I'm gonna check out Air, and as soon as we watch Air, we're gonna for sure make a review on that one. It's just like we said, March. Really, the end of February is like, okay, here it comes. Yep. And then March was like intense, and April, it just continues. It's like, here's all these great movies that are just like, boom, 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 boom. There's like twice a week, like 2 a week now. Like, damn. So,
which is okay, because, I mean, I think we have a little reprieve until May 5th. I mean, even though Evil Dead's coming out this weekend, and then Guardians, nothing to Guardians, which I'm excited to still see. I know it's getting a lot of people are not wanting to see it. People are not going to go see it, but I'm a Guardians fan, so I'm going to watch it no matter what.
The reasons, or at least some of the reasons I heard why people are not going to see it seem very stupid. Like, oh, well, I don't support James Gunn because he took over the Snyderverse. I was like, dude, this is MCU. This has
that's the most. That's so this is so far apart.
You have the anti-Chris Pratt people, that don't want to see it. You have people that are just over the MCU. They're like, oh, they make trash now. But I was like, but what if this one isn't trash? Oh, it's going to be trash. So I was like, so it's going to be trash for you because you already think it's going to be trash no matter what.
Going in, no matter what it is, you're going to come in and look at the negative view. There's going to be parts of it that are going to be, not good, and there's going to be parts that are going to be good. But if you can't enjoy the experience, then you shouldn't even be in the genre. Don't look at the genre. Don't go into a fantasy fiction genre then, okay? How about that?
Yeah. And this one, like, it's the end of their line. Exactly. They all said it. So from the trailer, it looks like it's going to really pull at some emotions. Like you might.
Someone's dying. Cry.
Yeah. Oh,
someone's dying. I think 2. I could see 2 giving up their life.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm super excited about Guardians as well. That's gonna be fun. But yeah. A lot of cool stuff coming out. But I know, like I said, we were talking about Jonathan Majors. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
his management and his PR agency dropped him.
Yeah, but I'm holding my opinion to big opinion until I know if the defense attorney, the district attorney is going to pick up the charges or not. Because if they drop all charges, then we'll be, why are we talking about this? And that's probably what Mickey Mouse is waiting on too. Because you got to remember, Disney is still Mickey Mouse. So though everyone's talking about all this stuff, Mickey Mouse can't be in the middle of this type of stuff.
Yeah, they're already dealing with all the Florida shit.
Yeah, exactly.
They kind of did it back then too with James Gunn. Where with James Gunn, all these like weird tweets came out from decades ago, like when Twitter was first around, and when Twitter first was a thing, it was madness, man. It was like the rebirth of the internet. Like Twitter was insane. Man, he said weird shit, and he was like, but that came out, and Disney right away, you're done. They're like, and they had all these plans, so they are not against like getting rid of somebody if they have to.
It's so funny how they'll recast sometimes.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
I'm just saying. It's funny how that when it's I don't even want to say when it's a black guy. Just, how many times you don't believe me? Who's War Machine first?
Yeah,
just saying. They got rid of him real quick, fast in a hurry. But then, we want to recast T'Challa. We have that. They don't want to do that. They have their reasons though, so I do respect the fact that they do have their reasons.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like them or not, at least they have a reason. You know what I mean? There's not like, nah, we just don't want to do that anymore. It's like, I might not agree with your reason, but at least you have, like people out here saying this is why we're doing ABC. So I was like, okay, I can at least respect that, and you guys are sticking behind that. But I don't agree with it. I don't think they should have got rid of James Gunn in the first place.
I mean, it seems like they don't think they should have got rid of James Gunn because of the way they came back groveling, like, "Hey, please come back."
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I think it worked out because during that time he went and made a DC movie, and now he's the head of DC. So how things all work out was kind of crazy. But with Jonathan Majors, like you said, I think they're waiting until everything is kind of more finalized. Because right now he technically doesn't have any charges against him, or I'd say as far as I know, the person is not pressing charges anymore, but the DA is still
can decide
those charges.
Can decide if she's going to press charges or not, which might not happen, which probably won't happen, honestly. But the question is, let's just wait to see what the district attorney says.
Yeah, like why are they waiting so long? I heard one of the rumors was that his lawyer showed the DA the video evidence, and the DA is like, nah, I'm still keeping the charges. I see, man, law's crazy, man. I don't see how the DA can keep the charges if the person that filed the charges
refuses.
They took them back. Like,
no. They say, no, I don't believe in this. And I mean, if the video shows, I don't know what it shows, but if it flies right in the face of what they say, I don't know how that you keep that going unless they have other evidence. So that's what maybe they're trying to figure out what evidence they have. Maybe it's also to deal with. You don't want to seem like someone who is a celebrity is getting different treatment. You want to make sure they're going through the full thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Like,
because does Marvel hold back Loki too? Because Jonathan Majors is in that.
Jonathan Majors in it.
Yeah. So do they hold that back? What do they do? Or does Disney put a little pressure on them, saying, "Hey, we need to answer. Now, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Good or bad, whatever. We need to know it."
Right. Yeah. It's like just tell us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I think they're trying to play the social media game too, where like news comes out and then you wait for other people to like, hey, me too. Like, I had a similar situation because usually, one person speaks up and then like the floodgates open, then you get all the stuff. And there really hasn't been much else. There's been a lot of people defending him. I think I've heard through like somebody saying something kind of thing. No, like first person account, like, oh, this is what this person quoted this. It was more like, oh, somebody heard from their person on set that their friend blah 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 said like he was kind of an asshole. But I was like, what does that mean?
if you need to be, if you're getting arrested for being an asshole, there's there's about 6 billion people in the world that are about to get arrested.
Yeah. So also, I'm like, also he's an actor. I'm like, I'm sure like anybody else that ever works gets frustrated at work. Especially when so much pressure is on you and like you're surrounded by everybody and it's like
I couldn't imagine living my life in the fishbowl. And that when you're famous and you're that type of level, I couldn't imagine I always have to live my life with not knowing who's around me. You gotta be careful about who's coming around.
Mm-hmm.
Can't speak to people. Not being able to go to the bathroom and pee without someone coming to say something.
I couldn't imagine through a window taking a picture.
Exactly. So having the paparazzi, but I guess that's what you pay for. If you want to be famous, rich and famous, sometimes that's part of the deal.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, sometimes you gotta go to be Dave Chappelle, buy your own farm and get away from everybody.
In the middle, was it Ohio?
Oh, middle Ohio. That would be me. Like I would have my own farm. Like, oh no, you ain't gonna see me. You ain't gonna see me never. What up, Perp?
What's up? Yeah, there's it's kind of crazy, man. But like, I know we talked about it offline. We're like, we don't like talking about stuff until it's because right now it's a lot of like allegations and this weird stuff. So we didn't want to like be too much about that. But now, things are happening and more people are talking about the whole recast. Like there's all these articles saying like, oh, they're recasting. I'm like, that's not what the original article said, but now you have articles talking about articles that talked about the article, so now it was like no, man, like
you go on Yahoo and click on that link, but that's not even an article talking about the original article. It's literally talking about someone else who wrote an article about it. Come on, man.
It's like fandom said, CBR said this, and you go to CBR was said like, oh well, we got it from blah blah blah, and I think it was like, oh my god, and it's just like it's what is that called, playing telephone type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you end up getting. And I would rather just see the end, and then we'll react to what's really happening.
Yeah.
I don't like the management team being gone, PR team parting ways with him is something. He's still being represented by what's it, CBR or whatever it is. He's still being represented. Still has publicists. So I mean, I don't know, but his talent manager has dropped him. Publicist did all that. So, but if it comes up that all this stuff is not true, people will be running to try to get him again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much damage he's done to his career, but because it doesn't even take truth. And that's what I always. It doesn't take truth. It just takes allegations and people to believe in it.
Yeah, and then everything kind of gets going. Bring Brandon in. Hello, what's up?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Hello.
Nope.
Hello.
Can't hear us.
No, I don't think so.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but it sounds like from your camera, not from your headphones.
Yeah, I don't think you can hear us. There we go.
Hello? Can you hear us?
Hello. Oh man.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
We heard you before.
For some reason, I can't hear me.
Okay.
Or I can't hear you guys.
Well, log out, log back in.
Why he does that? Well, we got some other stuff. Yeah, right. Ended up buzzing. Oh shit. Evil Dead's got 96% right now.
Well, I believe that because the people that are going to go see Evil Dead are going to be loving it.
Because right now you got to figure all the critics, right? Well, that's gonna be a critic review, right? Because only the critics get to post early about it, I think.
I saw early people seeing it early.
Yeah.
All right, but you have to do something. Killing me.
You know, I'm gonna log out and then log back in.
Okay, you sound good now, but okay.
All right, let me bring him down. What? There was something I just saw. So we were talking about
it's a must-see, best horror movie of the year.
They can see hype. I mean, it's only April, man. There's not that many horror flicks out yet.
That is true. Yeah.
But I do it by the trailer. It looks really, really good. But also, Boogeyman looks really good, and a lot of people are saying
Boogeyman,
it's not
Boogeyman
good.
Looks like I'm not going to go watch it because it's scary. Yeah. But people, I've heard people not like it.
Yeah, same. They're saying it's just not good. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the horror genre is very subjective. Like certain people just don't like certain things, and that can just throw everything off. But this one, I mean, Evil Dead, it's definitely got a name. It's got a following. It's kind of a cult kind of franchise at this point. And that trailer looked good, like really good. So.
I mean, like literally, it's something that will haunt me in my dreams. Probably. So that's how I know, like I'm not going to be about a lake and I'm going to imagine her coming and rising up out of the lake 20 feet in the air. Yeah, no, man. No. I'm not going fishing. I got a lake behind my house. I'm not going fishing, guys.
You're going to fence off the water.
Make a giant cross. Like, but no, I want to mow a chainsaw into my grass. Scared away.
Yeah, get away. Here, so I just saw this right now, like a few hours ago. So we have a new cast for the Lilo and Stitch film. It's Jolene Purdy, right? Has been cast as a child service agent, Mrs. Kokaya, in the live action, meaning they're getting rid of Bubbles.
Oh, really?
Which would kind of suck. I'm like, just use him. Like the guy who voiced that, I'm drawing a blank. Just get him to play.
What's her name? Is what?
Jolene Purdy.
Purdy. Okay, I'm gonna see how Purdy she is and see. It's my
Yeah, I think
okay.
Yeah. And I think they also casted the dude, the older sister's kind of boyfriend. I can't think of his name. I think they casted him as well. Again, a lot of people are upset because he's very light complected as well.
Well, that's what it looks like. All of them are, except for Lilo.
Yeah,
it really looks like that. Like, but that isn't that just what the movies do? And this people are going to say that about representation and not getting it again.
Yeah, I mean that's why you can kind of get around it. It happens a lot in like Hispanic, Mexican kind of like if you turn on the news, like go to Univision, like they're all very light complected, like Hispanics.
Then you go to Mexico, you're like, wait a minute, there's a whole area full of black Mexicans. Who knew that?
Yeah. So I mean, and that's why the guy who played Namor, Tenoch, I forgot what his last name is, Tenoch, where he was like, he goes, there needs to be more like dark skinned Hispanics because that's
the majority of what you're going to see.
In
Central America, when you're seeing everybody, you're darker. You're by the equator. That only makes sense.
Yeah. So, can you imagine if you just show Elon Musk and Charlize Theron? You're like, oh, this is how people from Africa look.
Exactly.
Like how crazy
I don't imagine. You talking about that's our life until the 1960s, man. What you talking about? That's what it is.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. This the Lilo and Stitch. I mean, I'm kind of over this live action shit, but we'll
I don't want them touching any of my childhood. Honestly, I'm tired of it. I'm tired. When they ruined Lion King for me, I that's when they lost me. I was like, this is the one chance. All you had to do is follow the script. follow, and then when you're changing it up, and then at least if you're changing it to make it yours, that's one thing. But don't change the whole meaning behind the movie. He lost me.
Yeah, no, it was not good because I remember putting it on, and my girlfriend's like, I don't want to watch it. I'm like, oh, I'll watch it, see what's going on. And then I'm like, and she's like, oh, was it good? I was like, no. She goes, really? I'm like, no. Like, she goes, like, we're never watching that ever again. Like, it's never been on the TV. It was bad.
And I'm such a Lion King fan. I've seen the play 3 times.
I heard the play was good.
It's amazing.
I heard the play was really, really good.
So amazing. I saw it once in New York and once in Chicago, and it's amazing. Beautiful. The story is what the story is. So if you're doing live action, just make it make sense. But they just don't understand that.
Okay, I'm just kind of scrolling through Twitter, see what other kind of news I see. You want to talk about nightmare fuel? So here's Flounder. Here's Flounder spitting water. Hello, what's up? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah.
No.
Oh, look what I made it just in time for.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah,
that's
why does he look like an old man spitting water out? It's complete with wrinkles and bulging eyes, and it looks terrible.
Does he look like he's dying?
Yeah, he looks like a
belly up.
He looks like a testicle is what he looks like.
What? Like at first, I mean, I'm still gonna go see it, but they have a problem with animals turning into live action. It was like you can't have a talking animal that has human emotions and features and stuff like that, and put it in live action. You're like, oh, we're gonna make the fish look like a real fish. Well, guess what? You get shit like this.
You get this.
Like, this is horrible.
Yeah, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, like CGI it so it has like human face. Just do it. Who gives a shit? I mean, it's already CGI.
CGI to make it look more like the Flounder we're used to seeing. Make it make sense.
Wow. Yeah, this is horrible. Like I literally like I don't know if you go back and watch me make that face. I was like, oh.
Flounder scares him, but Evil Dead. He's I'm good.
Yeah. But it's like this is what we're used to. Yeah. This is what we're used to. Like human-ish face,
Bad enough they made Sebastian look
like Mr. Krabs.
Oh.
Yeah. Mr. Krabs, Sebastian looks just like Mr. Krabs. I can't imagine them singing "Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be sad." I mean, come on, man. Let's give me a fake Jamaican accent, something. I don't know.
Yeah. So I saw that. I was like,
yeah, you guys have fun with this movie.
I'm gonna still see it. Yeah, I'm gonna see it. Give it a chance.
Yeah.
Have fun.
I mean, the music, at least from Ariel, is gonna be good. But
exactly.
This is what we're getting for the last episode of Mandalorian?
It's a toy that you could say. I mean, I've been hearing all type of rumors from Mandalorian. Is he the mythosaur? Does the mythosaur go out and he controls the mythosaur and he rides the mythosaur?
Dude,
who dies? Does Din Djarin die, or is it Bo-Katan that dies?
Yeah. Well, what's his name? One of the guys who plays John Wayne's grandson, who embodies Din Djarin. He put something out on Twitter. I believe I shared it to our Facebook group. He put something out on Twitter. He's like, oh, you might not like the next episode, or you might like, something along those lines where you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? What are they gonna do?
I'm afraid. What if they kill Grogu?
No. Ooh.
Can you imagine that? Because then he gets to go to the story. Jon Favreau gets to go to the story without Grogu around.
People might riot.
Oh man, that would be hilarious. People would be pissed. I can't imagine what will happen the next morning.
Yeah, man, I'm looking for that tweet.
But so I've been doing this. I'm going to release this review on Picard season episode 6 through 9. I'm going to release it tomorrow morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear what they're doing with Picard? So they now we know that this is the end. This is the end of the Next Generation saga stuff. This series finale that's coming in on episode 10. They're putting it's a 2-parter, and they put it in some theaters. At first, they did it in L.A. and they were like, trying to say give you free tickets, right? And it sold out in like 32 minutes. People found out, and so people took it immediately. So they're saying maybe they should do a release of that. So yeah, we're talking about that Picard will be released in some theaters. The 2-parter will be in theaters, so you could check a theater by you and see if it's there. So I cannot wait. I'm going to be looking at anything around. I've been looking. I'll take the day off and just go enjoy it. Jean-Luc Picard. I'm such a Trekkie, so that's just me.
That's kind of good. I mean, people are saying how great this season is.
It is. It's the best. You know what? It's full of fan service. But when you have a show, your show of the Next Generation, you kind of need that. Because I mean, give us a new storyline, but give us the old characters so we get to see where they are. See how they've changed, and then where they're going from there. So I think the first 2 seasons messed up, not giving us enough old characters. There's a point in episode 9 where they're all actually sitting at the table like they usually do, and as they're discussing what their plans are for this attack, whatever. And it's so awesome seeing Data and Geordi and Worf and Riker, and Picard. It's just the Dr. Crusher, and you're seeing everyone there. Deanna Troi. It was awesome. And the storyline made sense, and it wasn't stupid. And I am a huge proponent of if I could see it in the movie theater, I would definitely do it. Matter of fact, I'm probably if it released on DVD, I'm probably going to buy it. I haven't bought a DVD in like 10 years, but I'm going to buy it just so I can have it for me. Just put it back in like I do with all the other old Next Generations. I'll just watch season 5 sometimes. If I'm watching close, I'm going to watch all season 5. So that's me. I love it that much.
Yeah. When does that come out? The last episode?
Thursday.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a 2-parter. This is the way you're supposed to do ending a series and seasons. You do a big long episode so you can wrap up all the storylines and everyone's happy and satisfied.
Yeah. Well, it's the end of the series, right? This is it.
That's the end of the Next Generation. So basically, they're ending their saga. So it's the end of Picard. So you're not getting more Picard because Patrick Stewart got too much to do. So that's going to be over, and they're ending all the Next Generation stuff. So you're going to get this is the end of it. Period.
Yeah. So that's gonna be good, man. That's gonna be good. I know a little bit about Star Trek, so I might just kind of binge it all. I heard season 1 was good, season 2 sucked, and then season 3
season 1 was a great story.
Best.
Yeah, season 1 was a great story. Season 2, they just didn't know what they wanted to do.
Same thing about season 2.
And then season 3 was, this is by far my favorite. You don't even have to know. You could jump into season 3 now, like watch episode 1 and totally know what's going on because it's all about the stuff that happened in the past. So you're not missing anything. And you're gonna be able to pick up on it right away. The only thing you miss is the combination of Rafi and 7 of 9, not understanding that. But besides that, that's all you need for season 2. But it's pretty self-explanatory. They'll pretty much tell you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna drop that tomorrow. So just check that out if you're watching this.
Yeah. We'll do that. Like I said, man, there's so much stuff coming out. So we might just like record a bunch of stuff and then post it, so maybe not part of our live.
Hey, we got to catch up on Bel Air. That last episode really got to me.
The last 2 you really liked.
Yeah, well, the first one I was like, oh, this is good. The second one I was like, what the hell? And it started to really hit me because it's about the experience and everyone being a teenage male, athlete and how you get taken advantage of, and felt so real. And understand, once again, it felt like a episode of Fresh Prince, because you have to go to Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil's the one who's going to try to save the day.
Yeah.
Again, and I love seeing that. So it gets you back to his roots, and he seems like an honorable man again. So I'm all for it. Hope you don't mess it up. But then Carlton's going down this path that it's going to take a lot to kind of resurrect him. So all of it's happening at the same time. I cannot wait to talk about it. That's going to be awesome too.
Yeah. Well, the final episode is this week, ain't it?
Is 10 the final episode?
Is it 9 or 10? I don't remember.
I think it's 10, right?
Is it 10?
Yeah, I believe it's 10.
So next
Pretty
week
sure
it's
it's
the
10.
last episode. Okay.
Yeah,
So
we could talk about all that, but yeah, it's gonna be fun.
yeah. Are y'all watching Evil Dead? I'm watching it. Brian says he's not watching it.
Yeah.
You're watching it, so
I want you to understand what I'm saying, Perp. You know, there's too much scariness in this world. I will fight anything. If werewolf came out here, all of a sudden on screen, I will fight the werewolf, right? I will fight a vampire. I will punch him out. I'm a supernatural fan. I believe those things can happen. I'm not fighting a ghost. I'm not fighting a demon. So guess what? I'm not going to go see. I'm not going to see Exorcist. And I'm not going to see Evil Dead, because those things you're not going to win. If I punch in the air and it doesn't hit anything, and then he punches me and I die, no, I'm good, man.
all your hair turns white.
Yeah, I need a fair fight, man. I just need a fair fight. That's all.
That's funny.
Come to the dark side.
Definitely going to see it.
Oh, yeah.
I will give anything Evil Dead related a look. So looking forward to seeing this one. Originally, it wasn't on my radar until I started seeing the trailers, and the advanced reviews are going absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
over it.
96?
So
96%.
I might be seeing that probably on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's
Yep,
it's
I'm
doing
gonna check
really
it out.
well.
Those are my Saturday night plans.
Nice.
I mean, it's doing really well. I mean, Evil Dead is something that I might be willing to watch, because I mean, I saw enough of it. I know what's going on. But Exorcist, nope, never, never. The Pope's Exorcist, never.
I do want to watch that.
I believe in possessions. I believe it's possible.
Well,
That's
you
probably
know,
what it is.
The new,
I believe in it. What?
well, you know, the new Exorcist is from the director of the last couple of Halloween movies, and that's scarier than anything the content has to offer.
That kind of sucks. That kind of puts a little damper on my excitement for that movie. So I know the Cold Lord said they just watched it.
When I heard he's doing it, that told me all I need to know.
This is all-time great.
The Exorcist, is amazing.
No, but the original.
The original
is. I remember that's one of the movies that started me not watching scary movies anymore.
You're like,
I was like, I can't take this. What? Why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah. Well, there's that version where it's like after it's the same movie, but like when they re-released whatever version of it, they had found all the footage that was like deleted, or they didn't have the technology to finish it, so it looked really bad, and then they refinished it of her like going down the stairs like reverse spider, like all this like crazy shit. Like, oh man, like so there's like that it's good.
I think the last Exorcist I saw was the one when they're like maybe they went in Mexico. They found like this evil church. They went underground into the church, and they saw like it was like the gates of hell, and it was it was so dark, and it was so scary, and I freaked the hell out, and I left the movie theater, and I left the girl that I was with, and I don't remember.
You never saw her again.
So I was like you could be in this car in the next 15 minutes. We going home, but guess what? If you're not here, I ain't gonna be here. I'm just letting you know, because I ain't gonna be out here in this dark. No, I'm good.
Yeah. So when I went to Peru in high school, we went to the Amazon and stuff, and we raised enough money where we were able to like go to like Cusco and Lima, and I believe it was Lima, where we were able to go the church, same thing. There's a church, and underground they had the catacombs, and we went into the catacombs, and it was just like it sucked because I wanted to take pictures so bad, but then part of me is like, well, one, they said you can't, like, no pictures. We need to respect. These are all real bones. They're not fake. These are real skulls and real femurs and real bones in the wall and everything like that. And dude, it was no, that part of me is like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't bring this shit home, because like you do go down there and it's a very
eerie vibe,
very, very different vibe. You're just like, oh boy, like you feel it. Like you feel it. Like
all it takes is one cross going like this.
Well, the worst part was they made a well, and then the well was specifically for certain kind of skulls or something like that. I don't remember. This is like 2001 I went, you know. It was before 9/11. That's how it was like this, you know. But it was a well down in there, and the well was for specific skulls, and then they would like not just throw them down there. So somebody would go down there and lay them out. So it was like this ring of skulls that was just like high, you know, and they were just all stacked in. You would look down and you just see all the skulls. I'm like, that's scary movie shit. Like,
yeah, no, man, I'm like, yeah, check please, I'm out. Like,
legit, it was super cool, man.
I would leave for Peru. I would like literally. I would just walk away. You would start me walk out of the church,
right to
the airport. And fly away.
Well, oh yeah, hilarious. Yeah, that was super cool, man. That was super cool.
Brian, 1 and 2.
Oh, nah, he ain't watching that.
No, oh my god, like literally, like
they're,
you know what?
Good. Terrifier 2 was amazing.
Terrifier 2 was surprisingly awesome.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid of the dark, but maybe I will be. So no, I told you, it's because I'm the type of person who anything physically against me, I'm down for. Let's go, whatever. That's fine. I have nothing, no fear for that. But when we're talking about something I can't beat, we're talking about something that's like supernatural. That's probably why I like Supernatural so much, because I'm like, man, I wouldn't have a job that way. That's not me. You know, I'll be walking around with steel bullets and silver and all that stuff all the time. That's just what me every day. Salt every day.
Circle. Make a circle, jump into it. Make a circle, jump into it.
Going through the whole world.
The View with Drew. Have you seen The Drop starring Tom Hardy and 8 Mile? If so, what are your thoughts? I don't think I ever seen The Drop.
I haven't seen The Drop.
8 Mile. I've only seen 8 Mile 58 times probably.
Yeah, everyone's seen.
Yeah.
You know, what was his name? Not Bunny. Was it Bunny?
B-Rabbit.
B-Rabbit. Something stupid. Yeah.
B-Rabbit.
Yeah. Who's he burn? The Falcon, the new Captain America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Clarence. He went to private school.
Yeah, 8 Mile's a classic. Laughing at you. Oh man.
You can laugh at me because I'm being 100% honest, dude. I'm not the dude. If we're in a zombie apocalypse, I'm the dude you want. If we're in like a ghost thing and all the soul's been released from hell, I'm the dude that's hiding behind everybody. I'd be behind my kids. Like, all right.
So Resident Evil, you're good. Ghostbusters, you're out.
The zombie apocalypse happens. I'm shacking up in a weapons store.
Yeah, just.
I'm just gonna grab me some Twinkies, and I'll be good. I learned that from Zombie Apocalypse. I mean, Zombieland. Zombieland. You need to have Twinkies. If you don't get your Twinkie, you can be good.
That's it.
And always double tap. That's something you always. That's something I live by. Double tap. Always.
Yeah. And Cineview said the Renfield movie has a very great story. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Well, I know Brian said he had fun with it. Brandon, we're not sure yet, but we'll get into that when we get into the review at the end. So, like I said, I haven't seen it, so I can't participate, but I'll definitely lead you guys in and let you guys talk about it. Yeah, I was kind of upset I didn't get to see it. I mean, I will see it because it's. I love Nicolas Cage, so I will see it in the theater.
Nicolas Cage is just so awesome. Me and Nicolas Cage. Oh my God! Every time I think of Nicolas Cage, I think about Massive Talent and how good it is. And you know, his last 4 movies have been so Nicolas Cage. He knows who he is, and he does it to the nth degree, and that's why I love it, man.
Yeah, we really need Nicolas Cage like back on the map. We need to get him out of direct-to-video hell and just consistently on the big screen again. That's what we.
No, it's what Tony said. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up. I couldn't see because my eyes were watering from laughing. Thank you, Tony. You just subscribed, or you might have unsubscribed and subscribed. I don't know. So Tony said Flounder looked like the back of Steve Harvey's head.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Now I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it. Oh man, you're so right though.
As he swims away, his ass is just like 2 big ass teeth, like the big fake veneers.
All right. Oh man.
Disney doesn't deserve to live this down.
No.
Oh man.
That was funny.
That's so good, Tony.
See, StreamYard needs to get the little emojis going.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Yeah, but oh man, that was good. So one last thing before we get into our topics, we only got really, I get kind of 2. You know, HBO. You know, mostly Harry Potter.
I want to talk about HBO. Yeah.
And then we're getting to Renfield. But real quick, this happened like earlier this afternoon. Was the screenwriters, the Writers Guild of America members have voted to strike effective May 1st if no deal is met. So they got about a half a month to figure it out. But you know, how many things are going to be bad? You know, if this happens. Remember, like they killed Hero. Heroes was one of the best shows, one of my favorite shows. Season 1 was amazing, and then the writer's strike went on. Yeah, the strike went on, the writers, and then season 2 just ended, and then by the time they came back, it was just not good. You know.
No, so I know they're talking about Saturday Night Live. People trying to get on there right now. Trying to get on there now because they know that when the writers are gone, it's over. So like they're going to end the season early, prematurely, because they don't want to have to deal with the writer's strike.
But what if it just starts? What if a season just starts like in May?
Then you're done. You better hope that you already have scripts written. Because if not, you short it. You shorten it to what you already have, and you wait, and you say, "I'll do another second part later."
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to affect our movies as much as it will affect our TV. Yeah. As you said, Heroes is a perfect example. I mean, like Lost or anything like that. So anything that you need a great story to really push it along. You know, does that scare me for Ahsoka? No, because Ahsoka's should be already written.
Yeah.
And you know, so like things like that, I'm not worried about. Things that are getting produced and we're gonna see like this winter might be a problem.
Yeah,
you better pay them their money. Yeah, pay them their money.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Yeah, but Heroes got, like you said, destroyed. And it was the writer strike that really effed it up. So I don't know. What you thinking, Brandon?
With the strike, it always seems like this happens every couple of years at the absolute least, sometimes even more than that. And after a while, it's just kind of like these guys are a very, very vital part of the filmmaking process. They're providing the story. Pay them what they deserve. They don't get enough credit. They don't get the credit that they deserve in a lot of cases. They're one of the bigger parts of the spinning wheel. So I understand the strikes.
Yeah. I know one thing was in there. It might have been a different writers group, but I think it was that one where AI was being discussed. Where like who gets the credit for AI? Does AI get its own credit, or if somebody helps write a script using AI, I think that what it wind up ending out being agreed to is, or potentially being agreed to is, it's no different than using like Word or any other program. So it's like if it helps you write the story and then you fix it up and this and that, then you still get the credit as the writer. But I hope they don't use AI that much, man. AI still kind of messes up a lot.
Yeah, and the story doesn't.
that's
follow.
It's going to mess up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. So yeah.
Yeah, but there's people out there using it. Like every high schooler right now is using it to write papers.
Hey,
like all of them.
Brandon's using it right now.
Right.
That's not really Brandon. This is he wrote a program, and that's what it's right now.
That's the lag.
Exactly.
The AI's got to catch up.
Brandon's typing right now. He's typing. Enter. Damn it! I didn't know he was going to say that.
Yeah, but we'll see, man. They got May 1st. That's still a decent amount of time. About 2.5 weeks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So my dad just got off of a strike today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's a professor at Governor State, so they were on strike. So they just ended their strike today.
So that was like, damn, I gotta go back to work.
No, he's about to retire, so he was like, whatever.
I really don't care. Nice, but cool. That one thing Tony said, they had flounder spitting water like that shit was sweet. Well, yeah.
Dude, you're 100% right, and it was like. But it looked like the back of Steve Harvey's head looked like a pack of hot dogs, and then you see it just spitting out. Just I don't know. I'm worried about them singing how it's going to look. I think it's going to look terrible. Honestly, I think it's going to look awful.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to. Well, hell, the movie as a whole looks awful and murky from a visual standpoint.
Murky. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. But you know what? You can say that same thing about Aquaman. But Aquaman ended up looking great at the end. They lightened it up a lot and looking fine. So can they do that with this movie, or do they care? I don't know. That's a really good point.
Well, James Cameron basically dusted everyone with so now like every underwater, everything that's visually taking place underwater is just going to be in the shadow of Avatar 2. Even if you thought that the plot was mediocre, which let's be real, it was. But those visual effects were amazing.
Say that's a 4-letter word for James Cameron. What you talking about? Plot. I ain't worried about that.
Story.
What? Who cares about that?
You say story. He does that dog thing. Like, huh? What?
Don't worry about that.
Something happened between Avatar James Cameron and like T2 and True Lies James Cameron.
I mean, when it was the best story ever. I mean, True Lies is so good they made Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It was really about True Lies. True Lies came first. Oh man, that's fun.
Yeah.
And
all right, let's talk
True
about
Lies
this HBO Max.
Oh yeah, let's go into it. I was just going to say even True Lies is a remake of a French film, but let's go into the HBO Max topic though.
Hold on.
Let me pull up some.
Before you do that, let me get my glasses.
Oh, I was like, oh, these glasses. Let's see.
All right, let's go.
I'll put mine on too. I can't be the completely the odd man out.
See, but mine has a lightning bolt on it.
I like it.
That's how far are you in Hogwarts, Brandon?
I'm a pretty good amount at this point. Okay. I wanted to play some more today, but had to take care of a couple of things, so I'm probably gonna get up early and play a little bit tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Because we were talking to House of Nerd, and Elle over on House of Nerd is a big Harry Potter fan and a big gamer, so she played it. She beat the game like, what she say, 4 days?
4 days. She said
4 days.
She beat 4 days.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm almost done. I think I got 65 hours into it right now. 66.
Oh, that's,
I just saved.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah. So I'm almost done. So we were talking about maybe doing a review of the game. You know, have her join us over here and just talk about the game. So
yeah,
So that'd be awesome.
I'd love to talk about the game. I gotta get further in. I need to get further into it at this point though. So that's good. That's good. I'd be down, and plus it'll kind of hold me accountable for consistently playing it.
But yeah, we'll do that soon. It's when you get a little closer to it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna bring this up when it shows up. He said,
There's up to Host Prime Potter. I'm telling you. I'm a good offer. No,
so real quick, like I saw something that was like recommended to me, and I showed Erica. I'm like, oh, I'm buying this for Brian's birthday, and she saw it. She goes, oh yeah. Like she's like, yeah.
Oh man, it's so funny because you know me. I can't wait.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about it, but man, me and Eric were talking about it. I was like, oh yeah, it's it's good. It's good. I think it'll be a fun one. But all right, let's get on to all this Max stuff. Such a stupid name. All right, hit it right here. All right. So we're going to talk about this new HBO Max rebranding and all the new stuff it is coming out, or that is coming out from it. See, so we're a little bit late on it. I believe this they had their little panel or whatever the hell it was called. I believe last Thursday. Yeah. So we for sure got to talk about it. And obviously, you see Brian's ready to talk about the most important topic. But before we get into that, there's a few other things that happen with this HBO Max. And one is it's changing its name to just Max, the place you go for HBO. I think that's like the slogan. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
the place on Max.
The place you go for HBO. You mean like HBO Max?
Yeah. Or just say HBO, like, because that's so hard to say. I don't understand.
Yeah.
HBO Plus. Everyone's doing the Plus. Even Discovery that just merged with Warner Brothers is Discovery Plus. Just do HBO Plus. Like, why would you get rid of the biggest 3 letters in entertainment? Everyone knows,
it's like HBO. Exactly. It's the biggest thing in cinema. So why are they doing that? I don't know.
Yeah.
HBO Max was totally fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
HBO Max was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, some of the best shows were coming from HBO Max. So
yeah. But yeah, them dropping HBO I think is kind of silly. But whatever. But with the new Max thing, it just doesn't sound right, because when you talk about Max, he's like, what are you talking about?
You think about Cinemax,
right? But whatever. So it said May 23rd, the cost is going to change. You're going to have the $19.99 per month one, and then you're gonna, I believe that's the 4K with no ads and stuff like that. And then you have a cheaper one, $15.99 a month, which is just no ads, and then the $9.99 a month with ads and not 4K. So that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Like, that's
$20
plus cable, or plus your streaming service. I got Hulu, but plus that's too much, man.
Yeah, to the max. Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of money, man.
Brandon's like, what? Yeah. $20 if you want to watch in 4K. Like, everyone spends all this money on a fancy TV for 4K, all that good stuff, all the refresh rate is good and all that. And now you're like, well, $20 if you want to watch 4K. I was like,
Yeah.
what? That's
It's called
steep.
Max Lite is $9.99 a month. Max ad free is $15.99. Max Ultimate $19.99 to the max. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah. And also another missed opportunity. Why is it called like Max or just maxed out? Or I don't know, man. Like you have this stupid word to use it. Like
Maxed out. Maxed out totally sounds like a 90s MTV show or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
they could have just left it at HBO Max. It was fine as is.
Yep.
Honestly, they're trying to make more money off of it, and I think that's kind of the whole point of doing this. But I can see people losing and getting rid of HBO Max because actually that's what happens in between all the great shows and everything. People just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then they'll jump back on, when it comes. So I'll pay $20 for this next 6 weeks, and then I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so the ultimate plan is 4K HDR with Dolby Atmos. Right. So you got the 4K and the sound, 4 concurrent streams, and 100 downloads. That's the ultimate. I don't know what the 100 download means. I guess you can
download while you're watching this. And
download. So if you lose like Wi-Fi, you can still play it. Then the ad-free, the $15 one is HD quality, 2 concurrent streams, so only 2 people can watch at a time, and 30 downloads. And then the other one, the $9.99, is you get the ads, HD quality, and 2 concurrent streams. So
you know what that really makes you want to do? Call your neighbor and say, "Hey, we going on for this HBO plan together, right?" We do 4 concurrent streams. Let's go ahead and find 3 people. And we can do this. We can just share this all night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't have a 4K TV. I don't. I didn't rob Walmart before they closed.
Dude, there's like 3-4 Walmarts in Chicago that closed. So yeah.
And then a lot of them got robbed. So Warner Discovery Max, WBM.
Yeah, doesn't that just tell you something's a problem now, guys? Does that make you feel less happy about Warner Brothers?
Not really, because like barring the stupid name, they got some cool shows coming out. They got some cool shows coming out.
So 90 Day Fiance is going to be on it. The White Lotus.
The White Lotus. It's the stuff that you already had. One is they're giving us Smart List. So Smart List is a podcast with Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes. It is a great podcast. And obviously these guys are big, right? So they're able to get big names, because they know people. And it is a fun podcast. And this, I'm not sure what it's a documentary. It goes behind the scenes of the podcast, and it's shot in black and white because artsy, pretentious assholes. We gotta do it. So they mean business. That's what it said. But that is a really fun podcast. My girlfriend actually wound up turning me on to that podcast, and it's fun because they're funny, and when they bring on other people and talk a lot behind the scenes kind of stuff, it's fun. That I'm actually excited about, but I can see a lot of people not really caring. Then we got the Gremlins, the animated Gremlins movie. The Secrets of the Mogwai, a Gremlins prequel. So that seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what's going to save this whole thing is the fact that HBO right now costs $15.99 a month. That's what it costs. So if you have HBO Max right now, nothing changes. But you could jump in cheaper now. You could jump in cheaper if you want to.
Then you get the ads.
Yeah, you get the ads, but if you're just doing it just to watch a show, whatever, you can do it for $9.99 a month, and you can jump back off if you want to do that. That's fine. Or you can stay where you are and get exactly the same thing you got. But what it does is also keeps them from having people that are going to share accounts. So like if you have 5 people doing it, you can't have 5 people watching at the same time.
Mm-hmm. You have a schedule, like, all right, mom, you get this time, dad, you get this time. Yep. Brother, sister, you split all the times amongst everyone.
So you guys get a lot of time. The 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. time. That's 8 hours. You guys get that.
That's funny. So yeah, and then we also getting True Detective season 4.
Ooh, okay.
Jodie Foster and who's the other? There's another chick.
Yeah, I always forget who the other chick is.
I forgot what her name is, but Jodie Foster, which is kind of like okay, but this one's going to Alaska. So
in my head canon, I'm going to look at this as the continued exploits of Agent Clarice Starling, with Jodie Foster being.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good one.
But no, I love True Detective. I think it's so good. Like the first season obviously was absolutely incredible. The second one was okay. Thought season 3 was a return to form. So we'll see what happens with this one.
Max TV Plus. There you go. Max Original TV.
Yeah. Those are the levels. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Max Original TV. Max TV Plus to the max.
To the max. I mean, are they still going to have the HBO kind of static, intro that they always do with a lot of the stuff?
I hope so.
Yeah.
That
yeah, it's
kind
of
doing that one for a good. That one's like eternal, basically.
Yeah,
that one's been there for a hot minute.
Since I've been watching HBO through the static, man. In 1989, when I was on my other TV downstairs, where I would put it on and try to see stuff in between the static, and I saw it.
We all know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to have to check out True Detective. I thought about it, never watched it. That first season though was amazing with McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
Mm-hmm.
Them together was so good.
I like the second season. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Was that Mahershala Ali?
That was Colin Farrell and Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. That was the one. Oh my God, Vince Vaughn is so good. I love Vince Vaughn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the really like the cast in that season. But I thought overall season 2. I don't think it was nearly as bad as people were saying it was. I thought it was still good enough, but I loved season 3. Was disappointed that Steven Dorff didn't get like a career resurgence after that, because like he was really good on it.
Well, I mean so season 3 is the Mahershala Ali one, right?
Mahershala Ali and Steven Dorff,
yeah, that one was good. I mean, they were all really good, for me though, like the first one's the best, and then it's gone down, but it's like not like crap down. It's like, oh, this one's a 10, this one's a 9.8, this one's a 9.5. Like they're all three of them are really, really good, and that's why this one looks gonna be interesting. It's gonna be up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Wasn't Chris Rock in one of those?
No,
I don't remember him in Beat It.
I mean, Chris Rock was in that horrible Saw movie.
Yeah,
like
Spiral.
Yeah.
Spiral, yeah.
That was so stupid too. We got Dirty Vegas.
The only thing I liked about that movie was like the song that 21 Savage did on the soundtrack, but that's about it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like half watched it, and I'm like, can this be over?
Yeah, it was. It really, really wanted to be 7. Really, really.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it did.
But you can't be 7, and you know what?
No.
Oh man, you ever watch that movie? You ever sit down and watch that movie again? 7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I watch it every so often and just realize what a masterpiece that was.
Yeah.
And it freaked me out. Like, man, what's in the box, guys?
Yeah. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
So we got Dirty Vegas. What's up, Dirty Vegas? Season 1 was the best, hands down. I agree. It was the best, but yeah.
But Chris Rock was in Fargo. Yes, he was in Fargo. Yeah, and that was very good. Yes, he was, and that was good.
The show, right? Like the rebooted, the newer ones. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it was
not a bad show.
Good.
Actually, a really good show.
Oh, it was good. Yeah, Fargo was very good.
Wow. All right, let's get back onto all this other stuff. So we're getting another the HBO Max or Max, the place you go for HBO, is Game of Thrones getting another prequel, A Knight of the Seven Realms, The Hedge Knight. What do you think? Some more Game of Thrones sound good?
I'll always watch more Game of Thrones. I'm just hoping that they don't milk it too hard.
Yeah.
And run it into the ground.
I think this might be too much.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I would have been fine with just House.
We
of the
already have
dragon.
House of Dragon. House of
So
Dragon.
this is supposed to focus on Dunk and Egg. That's the two guys or two people. In the world of Game of Thrones, Dunk is a famous knight and Egg is his squire, both whom travel the land righting wrongs. So Xena? What?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought about. I don't know. It'll be kind of cool, man.
Hey, I like that, Tony. I can see that.
What you say? True Detective does a season 5. It should be Ben Affleck and John Boyega. That'd be kind of cool.
I like anything with John Boyega in it.
Yeah.
Like the whole Star Wars hate that I have right now. If John Boyega's back in, then I'm like, I'm back in. They brought me back in.
Yeah, because like then I think that puts a little stamp of like, okay, it must be good, or they just giving him a small fortune.
Yeah.
Either way,
I'm happy
cool
with
it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if Ben Affleck does it, he's like, well, I need to write it, I need to direct it, I need to produce it, like I need to direct it. Like
the only other person I'm going to
Brandon.
use the only other person I'm going to use is Matt Damon. That's it.
Yeah.
Look, it's Matt Damon, his best friend, that other guy.
Yeah. So, but that would be interesting. I mean, Ben Affleck is pretty good. Are they going to put Real Six out there? Back out there, man? That's gonna
be to the max. That's gonna be the max. That's for real.
Yeah, that's old school, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're doing some reality shows, Love in Translation. They're doing that. The one that we didn't watch. We'll bring up. I think that's about. Yes. Yeah. They're killing Cartoon Network.
Yeah, we already know they're killing all Cartoon Network.
So the two big ones that came out. So we'll wait for hopefully Brandon to come back because I do want to talk about obviously the Harry Potter, that whole situation. And we get a first look at the Penguin teaser. And
I saw it, man.
That looks amazing. It's like Godfather meets Batman. It is. It's not a trailer because it's more a behind the scene kind of thing. So you see a lot of shots. You see Colin Farrell as the Penguin again. And just the look of it was like, I'm like, damn, they're going hardcore with like the mob feel.
It reminds me of Penguin. Like if Pete, what's his name? From Daredevil,
Kingpin.
The Penguin was Kingpin. That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, we gotta play it. So we'll watch that trailer. We'll probably have that be its own little segment. But while we wait for Brandon to come back, let's just talk about this Harry Potter, man.
Man,
we are getting a decade long, a 10-year event of a Harry Potter series that is going to be more true to the books. So it's going to be was 7 seasons, I think it was, or 6 seasons, where every season is going to be a book.
So 7 seasons. 7. Yeah, so it's going to be 7 seasons. But a decade, and so they have to get kids young enough to be able to grow up with it. And how do you do real stuff in those first two movies? That was my biggest complaint about. Well, it wasn't my complaint when I was that young because I was watching that I was also young. But reading the books now, there's things in the first couple of books that you didn't see from Harry Potter because it was basically for kids. How do you bring that up in these TV shows? I don't know. And is it going to be too kiddie for people, or is it going to be adult and too adult for kids to watch? Or do you want kids dealing with that stuff?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, because like watching the documentary of the anniversary kind of reunion thing that they did on HBO, was it last year, I believe?
Yep.
And them talking about what they did in the first 2 films when they were like babies, man, and getting 3 actors, child actors at that point, like young, to be that good and stick it out like that entire time. That's gonna be rough to do now. You're gonna have to get them young, which is already a challenge, and then sign them onto a long contract and then hope no one does anything stupid within the 10 years, So
Dude, but so there's other things that are going to happen. So first of all, J.K. Rowling is part of this, right? So because she's part of it,
she's a producer, an executive producer.
But so we saw the backlash we got from the game. So imagine what we're going to get from her being part of this TV series. You're going to see all type of backlash coming from that.
You're already seeing it.
And then what are you going to do now? Now they're talking about Hermione was always black. Was always supposed to be a black character. So what I see is, hey, Harry, you're a wizard, shawty. Yeah. Oh, for reals? No.
Are they going to bring up the Key and Peele Wizarding School of Magic in the hood? That's what my favorite. He goes, this one got a silencer. Why do you I don't know why. But yeah, man. I mean, her J.K. Rowling being involved is definitely going to be an issue. But I think she's going to be involved in a way where her name is going to be on screen. I think that's it. Like an executive producer really doesn't do much, like an EP like that. And I don't see her doing it
because they're going back into the books. So if you're going back into the books, you need to know. Sometimes you need to know from the source what's going on. Even though she's a revisionist history person, like she goes back and says, "Oh, Dumbledore is always gay. He might have been, but I think you just made that up after you got in trouble by saying some stuff. Like Hermione was always black. How? I read that book 15 times. I didn't see that. Yeah. Now, I do agree like that Hogwarts always needed more diversity. I always thought that, but
and now this what's her name? Cho Chang?
Is it Cho Chang? Yeah.
I don't know if that counts as diversity.
No, I mean they had some as they grew up because they had the tall black kid that was there that dated Jenny for that 1 year. But that's right. That's all we had. But I don't know. I mean, you definitely need more diversity. That's just the truth. You do. But I don't know what type of backlash, and can they survive the backlash of that along with the J.K. Rowling's? And why are you going to give it a decade knowing that all this shit going to be coming down? Like that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you hit something very, very special with the movies, with the movies with Danny Radcliffe and all of them. Yeah. And the books were very, very special to a lot of people. And then the movie started coming out, and then that brought in a whole nother audience of people. And
people that swear by the books and the movies. Yeah. Like people, Daniel Radcliffe will always be a superstar forever. Yeah. It's not like he has like he made $100 million off those movies, which is great, but he's bigger than that. Like he is Harry Potter. So for someone to step into his shoes and not have him to kind of bounce back on, because they're not going to be part of it. J.K. Rowling is part of it. Yeah, that's going to be a very hard thing. I can see them doing it without Emma Watson, without Rupert Grint, but without Daniel Radcliffe, that's just asking a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, I mean, what would you put him as? Like they're going to be like a parent in the background or something like that? Like
no, you don't just have him as being an executive producer, someone that you can talk to, someone that the characters can talk to,
the young actors
that understands where they're coming from. So, because if he tells you something's going on, I dealt with this just like you're dealing with it right now, you will feel like I have this kindred spirit that I can really relate to that could get you through these problems. Because you see how many times they all tried to almost quit. I mean, they had to be talked back into coming back, all those times. And can you imagine having him as part of that? I don't know how you get this for 10 years, or do they end up coming back and it's going to be like Stranger Things where, everyone has like full beards, and, like, you're 28 years old. How are you in high
shaving?
School?
He goes, I got to get ready for a potions class. Like,
you're 35 years old. What you talking about? You're in high school. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know how you get away with that. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I mean, it's a good thing because you could stay more true to the books. Because I, from what I understand, like Hermione is way more of a badass in the
books, yeah,
than she is in the movies.
She's also not supposed to be very, very attractive. From the beginning, she's supposed to be very unattractive, and that's what I have a problem with this whole race swap. Why is she supposed to be unattractive? You gonna try to make her unattractive all of a sudden, and then they're gonna say she's black? No, I don't like that.
That's interesting.
I don't like that. I don't like that idea. So I'm just not for that.
Yeah. Because you can already see stuff like that, like they get a little black girl, and then like they make fun of her hair, or they make fun of this. They make fun of that. It's like, yeah. I mean, you already will get people like Chillmonger, who will make 15 videos about race swapping Harry Potter characters. You know what I mean? So, and he's he
might be right in this. I'll be on him like, yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah. So I mean, and he's not the only one. There's a lot of other people that think the same thing. It's like if the character was a certain race, then you write it that way. And like you said, J.K. Rowling's definitely a revisionist. Now. Yeah. But we'll see. They come back for the money.
I don't think you could pay Daniel Radcliffe enough money.
He don't need him.
I don't think he needs.
Yeah. He doesn't need the money. I think he's his own.
Maybe Rupert Grint. He has a kid. He has a lot of stuff going on. He lost a lot of the money. He didn't make as much money as everyone else did. So maybe him. But Emma Watson's made enough money, and she's made some decent movies, and she's I think she's gonna be fine. Daniel Radcliffe he's probably making money off the Harry Potters. We see every time you turn on the TV, one of the Harry Potter movies is on.
Oh, it's TNT, TBS.
Sci-fi, no matter what it is, it's always on. FX, something is always on. So I mean, he's probably still getting paid off of that. He probably makes more money than most actors just off his royalty checks. I don't think he has to worry about that.
So I don't think they're gonna care too much. Hopefully this new series will give more shine to some book characters they got the Shaft in the movies. Here we bring Brandon in. Lolo, can you hear us?
Freaking hate the Wi-Fi in this building.
Yep. But we're just getting into the Harry Potter stuff right now.
Yeah, which I knew we were getting into soon, and my Wi-Fi failed me just as we were about to start talking about it. So, what did I miss? Because I have, what did I miss?
Well, we're here. We're just kind of bringing up the comments. And Xavier said, hopefully the new series will give more shine to some book characters that got the Shaft in the movies, which, from what I understand, are a lot. There's a lot of characters in the books. There's a lot
of characters. I mean, Dobby should have got more screen time than he got. Dobby was a huge thing. I mean, especially the first 3 books, there are a lot of characters that are around that we never talked about.
Yeah, there's, my initial knee-jerk reaction to them doing this series is like, what for? Because I think even though the movies weren't 100% like spot on and did leave a lot of things out that I would have liked to see, I thought they kind of did what they set out to do, but at the same time, the live action movies left out a lot of things that I'd like to have seen. So maybe this is an opportunity for that particularly with Goblet of Fire, which is a movie that I didn't really like at all because of the because of all the things that they left out.
They missed out. Goblet of Fire could have been 2 movies. It was so much that was going on. It's a huge story. Things like what about Charlie Weasley? So Charlie was in the book a lot. Okay, so we only saw him in like the last movie.
Yeah, and Charlie didn't even have any lines.
He had no lines. You just saw him like, I'm Charlie. What about the people at the end and the twins? We never saw anything about the twins that are torturing students. We got the prime minister is in it. What's the strange one? Adolphus or something like that. Something Lestrange. I'm just saying, there's a lot of them.
I mean, you're able to explore a lot more. Like each book, if you do 10 episodes, that's 10 hours.
Yeah.
That's 10 hours. You can really dive into each book a little bit more. Yeah. So hopefully.
So
Okay.
yeah, hopefully
Hey,
they don't
we
fuck
got-
What's
that
up, Big
opportunity.
Four? What's up,
What's
man?
up, Big Four?
Alfonso.
Yeah, I do think whoever is picked to take over from Dan Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint has some huge shoes to fill.
Can you imagine trying to be Harry Potter again? Can you imagine, like, if you choose the wrong kid, it's going to ruin his life.
Man, you're
It
not
can
kidding.
ruin his life because Daniel Radcliffe is
You're
not
not
just Harry
kidding.
Potter; he's the best Harry Potter. Like he's the best character. He embodies him. So like, it could ruin this kid's life. He won't be able to go back to school. He won't be able to do anything like that. So I don't know if I even want my kid to be dealing with that.
Yeah, you gotta really want it, and the kids gotta want it. But it's like it's hard. Like you're gonna tell a 10-year-old, hey, you want to do this until you're 20. Like that's, at first like, oh yeah, cool. By the time he's 15, it's like I don't want to do this shit no more. I'm over it. So that's gonna be interesting. When it comes to stuff like that. But Tony said they could have created a new story following new characters to add to the Harry Potter universe.
I would have been good with that.
They tried doing that though. It's called Fantastic Beasts, and it sucked.
And it didn't work. It didn't work. I almost feel like Harry Potter, they caught lightning in a bottle. I really believe Daniel Radcliffe is really the real reason all this stuff really worked out, because he was such a wonder, and as he grew, everyone else was growing up, and either one of those three embodied who you were, and I feel like that's kind of how the story kept it going.
I think all the characters, it's near perfect casting. Like Malfoy, Draco was like such a great little asshole. You know what I mean? Like he pulled that off great. Like Snape. What was his name? I'm drawing a blank. Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman might be the greatest actor.
Yeah, he's goes from Die Hard to Harry Potter.
Yeah, the only actors that I think there's kind of room for improvement with is Dumbledore. I wasn't a fan of Michael Gambon as Dumbledore. I thought
the first Dumbledore was really good though. The first one was exactly how.
The first one was awesome. Richard Harris was great, but then Michael Gambon just played him too aggressive for me. And then
I think it made sense towards the end of the movies. Towards the end, it made more sense.
But like running up and bum rushing Harry and shaking him and asking him if he put his name into the goblet of fire. I'm like, what were you even doing, man? Like, what? How many takes did you guys do before you said, "Oh yeah, that's the one"?
He goes and tackles him.
Yeah,
slaps him. What you do?
Hey, every time you want to do race swap, is Giancarlo Esposito, because you can see him as everything.
He does everything. You know what? If anything, he'd be a good Snape because he's a good bad guy.
I see exactly. That's why I would love.
I can see Snape. Because he's already good at that slow talk, very ominous kind of talk that he does in certain things.
I wonder who's going to play. I wonder who's going to play Voldemort. I had trouble taking Ralph Fiennes seriously in that.
Just because he has no nose.
I think that's just Voldemort.
I got your nose. I got your nose.
Well, that and the fact that he constantly pranced around like a ballerina or something like that.
That's what made it even better. It's like this evil guy, and he's like, with this little like the way he does the wand.
The way he does it too, like
and
like pinky out, like
Hopefully they capture his physical appearance.
Bill Skarsgård. Nah, he's it, man. It's hard.
Who is Voldemort? No way.
Voldemort. He does the stupid eyes.
I'm not hating that though. I don't know. I know you guys said it, but maybe.
Yeah, let me bring this on. So Brandon said, I've never seen any Harry Potter. Not because I don't like Harry Potter. It's just because they just got away from me. Just the Lord of the Rings. One day I'll watch both of these franchises. Wait, you haven't seen Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter?
You're probably the only person in the world. That's amazing, Brandon.
No, like Harry Potter is, it's like Brian said, it's definitely lightning in a bottle. It's something really interesting, and it gets deeper and darker as each movie goes into it. But that's really cool. Lord of the Rings though, the first ones, the actual Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit ones were Oh my god,
were
amazing.
good and
Amazing.
beautiful. Makes you want to go to
Amazing.
New Zealand, right? Doesn't it make you?
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
if it wasn't such a far plane trip, I would just want to see the scenery and just understand.
Yeah. One thing when right before Love and Thunder came out, I think Taika went on a trip with his daughters, and it was like a daddy on tour or something like that. Amazingly fun. No, it was last year. I take it back because me and my girlfriend were in Disney last year, and we were watching his reels. And he goes to Hobbiton and does all these like different Lord of the Ring kind of places in New Zealand. And he's with his daughters, and him being Taika being all silly and stuff. It was awesome. It was like we would finish our day like in the pool watching Taika's reels of going around New Zealand. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. Yeah, Taika, like he was great. And his daughters are all like, it was
they're probably
yeah.
embarrassed by him too.
But man, do yourself a favor. Lord of the Rings, a weekend, watch it. Harry Potter might take a little bit longer because it's eight movies.
But you don't have to even look for it. It's probably on right now.
It's
somewhere, so it's probably on right now.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, you know what? The one Andromeda, I think that she's the big one that needs to be. You know, she was in every one of the books, at least 6 of the 7 books she was in, and she was in the movies for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wait, which character?
Andromeda. You want to change like what's her name? Nymphadora.
Tonks, yeah.
Tonks, yeah, like they're her parents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now it's coming back. Yeah.
Like they're in every single movie. I mean, every book, but not in the movies at all.
Yeah, they didn't even do Peeves the Poltergeist, so hopefully he's in it.
But they never talked about Neville. How they didn't know if it was Harry or Neville that was really the chosen one, because they both had the same story.
Yeah. I mean, you get that in the movie right at the end, like the last 10 minutes of the movie. Oh, but it could be him too. You're like, wait, what? And you're like, oh shit, okay. You know, yeah. There's things that they need to they can get into. So we'll finish up on this. The casting has to be spot on, or I feel sorry for that kid. Exactly.
It's literally going to be like Star Wars. Like the hate that kid will get will be amazing. It'll be the worst in the world. I mean, you can't just do that.
Yeah. And they said maybe picking up years after the last Harry Potter film. And they did that too. They did
the Cursed Child and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that sucked. You know, they did a play and they did the book. The screenplay that was the book based off the whatever. My girlfriend read it and she said it was bad. It was like really bad. And the play did not do well on stage. Like it didn't do well.
Just catching lightning in a bottle with Harry Potter. And I'm telling you, I don't think it would have done as well if Daniel Radcliffe was not the lead. I really believe he saved a lot. And then all the other characters kind of worked so well with him. He had a good relationship with all these other characters, and you saw the actual relationship there. You understood what was going on. So like it really took someone to be able to do that. And he's just a special person. So I don't think it's hard because the movies are still popular.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like it's been over a decade since the last one. That's why I was kind of caught off guard with this announcement. Like, already?
Yeah. You gotta remember Emma Watson and Daniel Radcliffe, they're 33, 34, 35 years old, guys. So, you know, that means we grew up with them, but they're old. So, like, so, I mean, I guess it makes sense. But I think this is going to be one of those remakes that everyone's going to say we probably shouldn't have done.
I mean, maybe. I mean, a lot of people are excited about it. They're like, okay, you know, like it seems like a lot of fans are behind it. But that could easily change, man. That could easily change. They like Lilo and Stitch is a great example. They show like, oh, here's Lilo, and you're like, okay, cool. And then you're like, oh, here's Nani, and here's this, and you're like, wait a minute,
this doesn't make any sense.
You know. So it really, the kids are going to be the main one. Harry's going to be the main one, and then everyone behind them. But the kids are going to be really, really big. You know,
I think it's the love of the characters. When you love something, you grew up with something. Like as I said with for Lion King for me. There's nothing they could have done for me to be on board with when they changed anything. So I think that's gonna be a lot of people with Harry Potter. Like people are not going to be on board if they change anything. If it's not from the book and not from the movie, and they change it, people are going to hate it. And I don't know if it survives 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. That's a long. Who was I watching? I think I was watching John Campea, and he brought up a good example. He's like, you're really putting this as a big project. He goes, the last time a studio did something like this was Universal, when they're like, hey, we're gonna have this monster universe thing, and we're gonna start off with the Mummy, and it was horrible. It was horrible. And they had all these plans of like this big universe that's going to go on for years and years and years, and they couldn't get past the first movie, and then it just died, So, and it sucked because I was kind of interested, but after that first one, I get why they're like, yeah, no, we're done. I mean, could this be a one season? They're like, maybe we're not gonna keep it going, and just be a little blemish on the Harry Potter.
If it can't add up to it, I mean, because Harry Potter is so big. I go to Universal, the first thing I think about is going, Diagon Alley. I have to do those things because it's that big, and it's the biggest attraction for Universal Studios. So, it's still that big today, 20 years after the first movie, came out. That's craziness. And I don't know if you could capture that same, and if you can't capture it quickly, then there's no way it's going to be able to keep going. I just don't see it.
Yeah. But, like Tony asked if, does generations of kids today care about Harry Potter? Maybe not as much as, like, maybe someone in our generation who, read the books and saw the movies and stuff like that. But it's still very popular. And I think Universal keeps it popular because you go to Disney when you're in Florida, do all that shit, but then like you go to Universal and then you're like, you walk in. I remember the first time when me and Erica walk into Diagon Alley and we're like, wow, like holy crap! It's
like you leave Florida,
you are there.
You're in England, and you're there, and the temperature changes. It goes from like 115 degrees, it becomes 60, and it's rainy, and you see a big dragon.
And then you pay the money, so you can go to the other park, just so you can go on the train and see all of that thing. And then you get off the train, you go on, do the whole thing, get on the train, and then you go to Hogsmeade. Then you're over there, and you see Hogwarts, there, and like.
You realize you spent really, 6 hours doing that because it makes that much, and they make money out the. I have 3 wands, real wands, guys. I have 3 of them. My kids have their entire outfits.
Not to mention the glasses he's wearing right now.
Not to mention.
So, but I think Universal really kept the vibe alive. So when kids go there and they get to be immersed in this world, which is why I think a lot of kids like Disney, is because you go to Disney, you're like, holy shit, like I'm in a fairy tale, kind of like it's a magical land. You go to Universal, you're like, okay, this is fun. But then you get there, you get to the Harry Potter, and then you become immersed in it all. And you see the kids changed, and it's everyone. It's the kids, it's the adults, the vibe changes. And I think Universal helped keep Harry Potter alive for the younger generations when they go visit on vacation. But I think the show, if done right, could bring a whole nother audience and bring the younger kids in. And
100% agree.
But the books are still popular. Books are super
still on
popular.
bestsellers list.
Yeah.
My 8-year-old is reading the first book right now as we speak. She's upstairs pretending to be asleep, literally under her covers with a flashlight, reading it right now. Like this is what it does.
Yeah, and they keep reimagining the books. They have the new Mina Lima, whatever, where they're like 3D books with this great artwork that is the book. It's literally the book, and that was like. But now they get to charge like $50 a book because it looks pretty.
And then all you say is, "Damn it!"
Yeah,
here's my money.
Take my money. Yep. I need to download that to be one of our gifts, where the kid like hands the credit card, bangs the table, just hands it. You know,
That's my life. It's literally that's me every day. Like, damn
yeah.
it. There you go.
Yeah. We got Purple. I think it's going to be dope, especially if they dive into other things that they couldn't in the movies. Yeah, and I think that's going to be the deciding factor. Where you're like, oh shit, I know about this character more, or like, oh, Hermione is really a psychopath who, like traps people in bottles and shit, and does like crazy things, So yeah, I think them getting into the cool stuff that the books got and the movies didn't might be able to be its own thing. You're like, oh, the movies are the movies, but the shows are, their own thing.
But do they have to look like the character for it to work?
That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard.
I hope so. They were described very distinctly in the books, but they already said it's gonna have a more diverse cast. So
Hermione gonna be a little black girl, When it so but I feel like once a little black girl, say Muggle blood, is going to take on another type of feeling. So that things like that are going to take on other feelings, and I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing like the Malfoys being like a black family, but very like proper and like cocky, arrogant, bad guy kind of, but they're like like I think that would be like an interesting thing. Like
I wouldn't be upset with Neville. Because I said Neville's another awesome character that they never really we never talk about his parents. We see his parents, but we don't really dive into how awesome they are and how they sacrifice their lives for Neville. Like, I mean, Neville's grandmother is in the books, but we don't talk about anything, with the Longbottoms. So
yeah. So, I mean, they can race swap some of them. I think they'll be okay. I think if you do certain ones. Like we said before, Hermione's supposed to be awkward looking young girl, and if you do that as a black young girl, that might.
What are you saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Now what are you saying?
So I don't know. And even though I think my girlfriend, when she read the book, she goes, no, she like said like, no, she's like this white little girl, without saying a white little girl. Yeah. So, but we'll see. But I mean that like we said, that's a whole nother, we got the J.K. Rowling controversy. We got, are the actors going to be good controversy? We got, are kids going to care about this? There's a lot of things that could damper this kind of excitement. But if season 1 kills it, then it's game over. Then it's just cruise control the rest of the way, I think.
Yeah, they really need to stick the landing with season 1 and like the advertising and especially the first trailer better be on point.
Yeah.
I mean, little things like the sorting hat has to be right. They have to do the things the right way. And if they do, I can see people loving this and fall in love with this, just like they are with the game. People are falling in love with the game. So if they hit these things correctly, it could be good. But we'll know. I think we'll know by episode 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean the leaks of the pictures, like, oh, this is our new Harry. I mean, a lot of people are gonna either be it sucks or it's good, and if more people are it looks good, then that's each step is gonna be very, very important until we get the actual episode. So I don't know, but I'm excited.
I'm curious as to what Hogwarts itself is gonna look like. If this right here is what Hogwarts is they're just gonna keep it the original school. Because the original school and all the sets, like Hogwarts in the movie, was essentially a character all its own.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any. I wouldn't even be mad if they just reused the same, like the same 3D models, the same interior sets, and that sort of just the same sets in general.
I think they'll have to.
I can see that.
They'll have to, except maybe going more in depth. We'll see, each dorm a little bit more, but they literally have to. It has to have the same feeling.
Yeah.
Because if you lose the feeling, you lose the people.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be this giant, and it's also got to be the giant castle. But also, I'm sure Universal was like, "You better not change a god freaking thing because like we spent a lot of money on these damn parks, so they better look exactly the same."
You know how many people just sit there and just take pictures of Hogwarts at Universal? They just sit on the river and just take pictures of that with them by, and their outfits like. Just.
I did see one casting that I will end with. This one is who's the Beast guy? Hagrid.
Hagrid. Yeah.
Is played by Shaquille O'Neal.
But we wouldn't understand he was saying it the entire time.
Hippogriff. Yeah. So that is funny because like, he's already freaking like 7 foot. So,
but I mean, he just say I am Kazam. I am Kazam. But is that the only thing you hear? They just be like, yeah.
That was funny. But you guys got anything else with the Harry Potter?
Pretty much it on my end.
Well,
yeah, I'm done. Except I want to know if they race swap Dean Thomas. Dean's the older black character in the entire movie.
Yeah, there was Dean Thomas, Lee Jordan, who was the Quidditch announcer, and then like Angelina Johnson was her last name, the other Quidditch player. So yeah, they really
the other Quidditch player.
They pretty much relegated. And there was I think the one the most prominent black character was Kingsley Shacklebolt of the Order of the Phoenix. And even they didn't give him a whole lot to do.
Oh yeah, nothing. I think Dean is in the movies and a lot more than anyone. I can't think of anyone else.
Yeah.
Besides the Order. Yeah, besides the Order. Yeah, I mean, that's it.
And like whenever I think of Dean in the movies, I think of the scene where Voldemort tries to hug Malfoy, and then it cuts to Dean with just this absolutely disgusted look on his face.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
That's funny. But yeah, we'll see. I don't think we have a release date for it yet. But
yeah, it'll be a minute. They're still in the early.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. They just announced it. You know, I know a few months ago they were talking about it here and there. Like, are they gonna reboot it? Are they gonna do this? Are they gonna do that? So now we have the official decision from HBO is that we are getting a 10-year, decade-long Harry Potter series. So we'll see. You know, when that comes out, obviously we'll be talking about it for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, Brian's like, try
to not talk about it, guys. Let's see what happens. Exactly. Every conversation is gonna be reverted back to Harry Potter
somehow. But cool. But that is it for our talk about Harry Potter. I have a brain fart. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're live, stick around. We're gonna talk about some other stuff. If you're watching on replay, appreciate it. Thank you. We are almost at 850, and I think me and Brian we were talking about
some giveaway stuff.
Some giveaways. I think 1,000. Once we hit 1,000, we're gonna do our big giveaway. But we're talking about doing 3 giveaways. So first place, second place, and third place.
Yes.
So we're figuring at 850, we'll announce third place. Around 850 and then 900 second place, 950 first place, and then 1,000 we'll do the giveaways. So kind of hype it up,
guys. These are some really good ones. the one for I'm telling you guys, the one that we got for first place is going to blow your mind. It's going to be pretty awesome.
When you said, "Oh, we're going to give it this way," I'm like, "Are you sure?"
Really? Like, yes, this is what we're going to do. Thank you guys for getting us to this point. So hey, tell your friends, share us. You know, we're going to keep on going, keep on growing. But I think this giveaway is going to be epic. I can't wait to do it. Yep, it's gonna be a fun time. But that is it for the Harry Potter. Stick around. We're gonna talk about some other stuff. All right. So second prize is gonna be a date with Brandon. In his Dragon Ball Z shorts. All expense all expense paid trip with Brandon. Yeah.
just completely put me on the spot like that.
Because I was gonna say something on the picture you put the picture like, oh, just showing off my Dragon Ball Z shorts. I'm like,
That's what you're doing. Yeah, okay. I wish I had the picture up right now. I will share the stream right now.
Oh gosh, no. Anything but that. Anything but that.
Oh man. Let's see. Well, before so we're gonna talk about the Penguin. We're gonna watch the Penguin trailer real quick since we're on the HBO kick. But we got a few things I kind of skipped over. So Brandon just said this. Thank you for the answer. I don't know. You have a newborn, so do I. Do you feel like every movie you watch, you have to watch again later when Lucas gets older? Because I do, especially all the Marvel. Yeah,
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm literally going through with my kids now, so they understand how important these things are. Like my kids understood how much I love Black Panther because I'm a huge mega Black Panther fan. From like I'm telling you, the comic books, I have stupid amount of stuff, but they're literally going back and watching things so they really understand, Harry Potter. So I sat there amazed that we got to do a history. We're driving to Florida and I'm making them watch every movie. Like, did you see that? I'm pointing things out. Did you see that? With the line, like I feel like you have to do that, and it's even better when they enjoy themselves because you can see the light go off of them, and then you get to experience it with them. It's so awesome.
So you're at that stage, and I'm at this. I'm obviously with probably Brandon down here. Like, I'm into this. Hopefully he's in, because Erica always asks us like, oh, what if he's not into it? I'm like, I think he will, because like me and her love Halloween. Not the movie, but the holiday. We like this love of Halloween. We're going back to Disney with my parents this time, or my family, in September when they do the Halloween event, and we're bringing him. And now I'm talking to her. I'm like, are we doing this like every Halloween? Like he's just gonna be like, oh, hey, it's my birthday and Halloween time, so we going to Disney? It's like we're just gonna spoil him like that. But
hey, it might work. If you might get a timeshare now.
I know, right? But so there are things that I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely want to watch, later, stuff like that. Like one example is the Mummies. The Brandon Fraser Mummies is like, because we get to tell them the story. It's like, hey, you were being born while this was on TV. This is what got mommy through labor. Was Mummy 1 and 2.
Oh man,
on repeat, like legit. We were watching Mummy 1 and 2 and Harry Potter 2 and 3, I think it was. That was just on repeat all weekend until he was born. And then when he was actually born, we were watching the original Mummy. So
I love that, Brandon. Oh man, this next one.
Yeah.
If I ever have a son, his name will be Ethan Hunter Davis.
Nice.
Ethan Hunter. I love that. That's awesome. I would say if I ever have a son, but it's not happening. My wife already told me the gates are closing. She is not going. I'm like, all right, maybe I can slip this thing. No, it's not going to happen. No more kids. We're done.
That's it.
I haven't thought that far ahead.
Oh no.
Oh, I have, man.
Yeah.
I would like my son's middle name would be Maximus or something like that.
Maximus. I always wanted, for the longest, I wanted a son to be Logan because of Wolverine.
Logan, oh, I love that.
But then we get the other dickhead Logan on YouTube, So I was like, and then then now we have like 15 million people naming their kids Logan, and now Logan is just associated with little dickheads. Mostly, not all the time, but mostly. So I was like, damn it. So I'm like, what about James Logan? Because you find out Logan's real name is James Howlett. So I was like, James Logan, but Erica don't like James. So I was like, well, fuck it. So yeah. But yeah. And then Derpy said, I'm going to see Return of the Jedi anniversary thing.
We are definitely 100, man.
Yeah. I want the poster. The poster looks amazing for the re-release.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I almost want to rent a theater.
I know.
About. I'm dead serious too. Like that's dead ass.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that.
Hang on 1 second, gentlemen. I'm turning my AC off.
Okay. Go for it. Then we got the viewer Drew. What's a non-superhero movie you feel goes off the rail in the third act? A non-superhero movie.
I thought The Matrix 3 could have been better.
I see. I'm the opposite. I thought it was perfect. I thought The Matrix 3 was perfect.
I thought it could have been. What I
Because he was the Jesus.
Yeah, but I thought 2 could have been better. But I think the Matrix 1 was so good that it was hard to shock someone again because it shocked you. Yeah. You didn't know what the hell you're gonna get. So the trilogies didn't work for me.
Oh no, I'm the opposite. I love the trilogy. Like 2 was, but also 2 was setting up 3. So I hate when they do that, where like 2 was only a part 1 of the ending, and it wasn't its own movie. It was a setup for the ending. So, but the third one I loved.
1 looked so good, and then 2, when they did the animation, the CGI looked so terrible. I feel like that also probably got me.
Yeah.
What's another one?
We were talking about the Matrix trilogies.
Oh yeah. In hindsight, I would have been happy if they just left the Matrix as a one-off. Warner Brothers got greedy and demanded sequels.
See, I agree too, but I liked the sequel. I liked 2 and 3, mostly 3. I love how it ended.
I did 2, not like 2.
Like I said, 2 could have been, but 3 I thought was, him being the whole Jesus, future Jesus.
You saw the Messiah, but you saw the Messiah coming. That's why.
Yeah.
Jesus allegories to me are so boring.
So what movie goes off in the third act? So
for me, Sinister. It's a scary movie, and it doesn't go off the rails more than it gets stupid. So I guess it does go off the rails because the first act and the second act were like good and scary. I'm like, holy shit, that thing is moving around in the back of the pictures, and Ethan Hawke is going crazy and all this like cool stuff. And then the third act happens and it's like, oh, it's the boogeyman, and then it's like, and then it just got not scary anymore. Like once he was chasing, Ethan Hawke around and stuff like that, I was like, okay. Like it went from scary to really scary just to like, oh, this is just silly now. So I'm
going to say everything that M. Night Shyamalan has ever done, besides the first 2. The first 2 are fine, and then everything after that, everything he's done off the rails. The third act is like first, like you're like, oh, you got me. 2, what the hell's going on? 3, what the fuck? Like, why did I watch this? Come on, that's how I feel about everything that M. Night Shyamalan, except for The Last Airbender, Avatar: The Last Airbender. He just fucked up the entire movie. But everything else, everything else was good the first 2 acts, and then you're like, what the hell?
Yeah. You got anything, Brandon, you can think about? It goes off the rail.
That's a tough one to think about.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot. I just can't think of.
A lot of scary movies are that way.
It goes. What was that Moonlight that went off the rails? The third act. Moonlight, that gay movie with Ali that went off the rails. Third act. Moonlight
was one.
Moonlight's a masterpiece.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought
it was a good movie, but
I'm trying to which was Moonlight.
What with Mahershala Ali?
Mahershala Ali.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, really?
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was a very good. Did it win an Oscar?
I think it won.
It was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, it's basically a young boy who's going through experiencing how the struggles of dealing with his sexual identity while going through his childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and having all type of problems. I believe it won Best Picture in 2016 or 2017. I really feel like it did.
It was up for a bunch of awards.
Yeah, it was up for. I remember it was up for
Best Actor Supporting, Best Writing, Best Actress in Supporting, Best Picture, Best Directing. So yeah. But you said that third act made no sense. Now I gotta watch it.
I'm interested. Yeah, what you think?
Yeah, Logan Roy from Succession. another bad Logan.
Bad Logan. Yeah.
Yeah. So that Moon Knight consistently makes top 100 films of all time.
I have seen it.
Yeah, it's
Sinister. Mike.
All right, a non superhero movie that goes off the rails in the third act. Probably It Chapter 2, I would say.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too reliant on flashbacks. Just the wrap up didn't really work for me. And I'm not sure if anyone's read the book, but they tried to make they completely lost me when they tried to make the character of Stan's suicide. They retooled it as being some heroic act.
That's right.
That wasn't cool. They like softened the impact that it had. He just did it because he was that terrified of Pennywise that he's like, screw this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it really softened the impact overall I was kind of displeased with Chapter 2, but that would be my answer to that.
Those are good ones. Those are really good ones, both of you guys.
Yeah.
Shame because they cast the adult version for the kids pretty well.
Really well. Yeah, they were all really good versions of the kids, but yeah, it just didn't hit the same. They went so it's all talking about it won Best Picture. And then it did win the Oscar because it gave
La La
Land.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't care for La La Land.
Me
look at the end of Moonlight. All of a sudden, this little dude, buff as hell and drug dealer, nowhere in the film that was in the character's pedigree.
You're not wrong. I mean, he's not wrong with that.
Don't they have
things change? Things change though.
I was saying, don't they have I said, don't they have protein where you come from, Brandon?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Well, yeah. It I gotta watch it. I've never seen it. I gotta check it out. So,
another one I didn't like. Us. I was enjoying Us until the end. I thought the end was kind of so just off the off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, and like Peele really set the bar really high for himself with his debut with Get Out. So it's
that's
on
the scariest movie I've ever seen. I still to this day, I'm like, man, don't be drinking tea around me.
Well,
going around and hitting it with a spoon. Man.
Yeah, you got if you're going to your girlfriend's house after only 6 months of dating, something's wrong anyway. But
no, it's not. 6 months is not that bad. People get married. So Brandon's like 6 months. We barely call you my girlfriend. I married my wife after 9 months. I married her. I knew.
And you make my girlfriend get mad. It's been.
But you waited longer than 6. That's the point.
Yeah. I asked her to marry me within 9 months, and then we didn't get married till the next year. So like we were together almost 2 years by the time we got married. But yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how me and my girlfriend been together for like 8 years, 9 years.
Yeah, I was like, it gotta be. Probably 9 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So you 9 months and we're going on 9 years.
Hey, not with 9 months, and I got married, and we will be 11 years in August. So
nice.
That means we've been together for 14 years, basically. So it works. It works out.
It maths in the end.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch this trailer, and we'll get into the review at the end.
Sounds good.
Let me make sure everything's ready.
Thank you, StreamYard, for allowing us to change the setup. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we get that now. So hopefully a smaller video equals less copyrights. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Real quick before, can you guys hear it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Bring that down. All right. Now let's do it. All right. Let me change this. Why did I do that? See, that's one thing I wish it could do. It can go back to that.
Yeah.
Do it again. All right. So we are talking about all the HBO Max news, the big reveal, name change party they did last week. We just talked about Harry Potter. So if you're watching on replay, I'll link that video up here so you can watch our Harry Potter talk and the rest of the HBO stuff. And our last one before we move on to another topic is the Penguin. We're going to now we're getting in production teasers. So we're not even getting a teaser of the trailer. We're getting a teaser of the movie or show that's coming. It's insane. Although this looked amazing. I'm just gonna spoil it right off the bat. Yeah,
guys, you're in for a treat. If you haven't seen it yet, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. So it's the Penguin, Colin Farrell, his character from the movie The Batman. So let's check it out and talk about it.
Even once, I got you like a goddamn fish. You imagine the people's
new king
of Gotham.
The new king of Gotham, right?
The new kingpin of Gotham.
The new kingpin of Gotham.
Kingpin, yeah. And that's why I don't know. I remember Elle was like, she thought you said the new penguin of Gotham.
Yeah,
new kingpin of Gotham. I like that.
Yeah. That was just because the Batman is probably easily my favorite live action Batman movie, and it really left me wanting more, especially in terms of the characters. Like Colin Farrell was one of my favorite things about it for the bit part that he had. So I'm all for world building like that and more character exploration. So him getting a solo show, and this is going to be the bridge between the first one and the Batman sequel, I'm really all for it. You know, I loved his approach to the Penguin. I love the whole, you know, kind of mobster wise guy De Niro-esque vibe, you know, to it. So, you know, I'm definitely in for that. Just wondering if like, I don't see how you're going to do this without having Bruce Wayne or Batman show up at least once.
I don't think you need it. I think you can do it. Just kind of explain how he's gotten the power, and then you're gonna bring Batman in because the Batman's still dealing with other villains, or he might be putting things together. And remember, Batman's young. You know, he's very young, and that's why I don't like the Batman. I think I like it a lot, but I don't think it's the best one I've seen because he's not very Bruce Wayne-ish yet. So like he's only got one side of the coin. Is how I always felt like, you know. And that's kind of that's probably why you like it.
That's exactly what I appreciated, because we always see Bruce Wayne with the Playboy image, and I liked that it was a fresh take. I liked that he was in Batman mode like the entire time, because I thought that was pretty accurate to like a young, rough around the edges version of the character as he evolves into the classic, you know, Playboy image of Bruce Wayne that we're so familiar with. So I like that. I appreciated that fresh take.
Right, just to say it's the best live action Batman because it's only one side of the coin. I mean, it's probably the best origin story. I feel like that kind of like that.
Well, it went more into the detective element too.
I do like the noir, the noir element.
I liked you know, I loved the way Gotham looked. You know, as much as I like the Christopher Nolan movies, the only time I liked his take on Gotham was Batman Begins. After that, it just looked like Chicago. You know,
it was Chicago.
It is Chicago.
Yeah, that's what that was the problem.
It is Chicago.
It looked like the Nolanized version of Chicago, I should say, just really white and pristine. It looked too clean for me.
Too clean, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially in the second and third movie, it was
all effed up.
it just looked like any interchangeable Nolan city.
Okay.
But I liked a lot of things, like from a stylistic standpoint, and just the whole vibe of the Batman. It was the Batman movie that I was kind of waiting for.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy they're focusing on the Penguin because I like the character better. I think that's another thing. You need to have a good villain, and to equal the good villain that we need for the second movie, you need to give him more of a backstory. So I think doing this allows you to have that backstory to kind of elevate that character and that villain. And when you have a great villain and a great hero, now you're gonna have a great movie. When you have a less great villain, it really is hard to become an epic movie.
Yeah. I mean, he looks cool. He doesn't look like Penguin, like how you picture, but I get the vibe they're going with.
Yeah, like kind of.
I like it a lot.
Grounded crime drama type. So I like this take on the Penguin. I'm still and Colin Farrell's really, really over the past like decade, I'd say decade plus, probably ever since In Bruges, I really started to respect him as an actor. And he's pretty much good at doing it all at this point in his career. So I think this is well deserved for him. I love him in the role. Hell, my brain's still trying to process the fact that this is him.
Yeah. It's really good makeup and costume.
Yeah. It's like we get Penguin meets like
Tony Soprano.
The Sopranos, exactly.
Yeah.
Meets Kingpin. Like you really are becoming a Kingpin, and that's something that we were getting in the MCU already with with Spider-Man and with Daredevil. I think this is going to be a good answer to that, but it's going to elevate him as a villain. So that, I mean, if we do get Batman, maybe we get Batman towards the end of the series or end of it to kind of say, I see you, you're now on my radar. And now the movie jumps right into it.
That's what I think will happen.
Before we get to that, Horror Geek said, I'm excited to see how they do Clayface in the Batman 2. So the bad guy in the Batman 2 is supposed to be Clayface. I don't know if they talked about Penguin in there, but it's hard if they don't. I don't know. I don't know. It all depends, I guess, how this season ends. But it might end with Batman coming in and arresting him. I don't know. Then Dirty Vegas said, I'm feeling it. Same. Yeah, it looks good. Looks like any other mob thing to me. I'm going to watch it, but hope it's something new. It does look like a mob thing, but it's also a comic book thing though too. It does look very much like very even the way the font is font, and it's like very Sopranos and Godfather-y, kind of thing. But remember, it's a Batman villain. It's awesome.
And I really like that they're kind of building up the criminal underworld of Gotham, because that was always a big thing that Batman was always up against. It was like street level Gotham, like the criminal underworld. I think going more into that is really a great idea.
Yeah.
And Penguin was all about gaining as much power as he could. So exploring his rise to power, I think, is also a really exciting idea.
Yeah.
Like I said, the world building element is something. What is up, Zach?
What's up, Zach? Appreciate you here, man.
I'm trying not to say anything because I saw you up there.
Then Tony said, "You rat bastard." We're old school mob. Jorge said, "I stand with it being the best live action Batman." It's up there, man.
It's good. It's the third best for me. It's not the best.
It's up there.
I mean, the first Batman is still my favorite. I don't care. Y'all could just whatever.
Yeah, the 89.
Yeah, y'all could take all the other crap and throw it in the box. I'll take that one. Yeah. And you guys, I'll be just okay with that.
Me and my boy Johnny Ravioli gonna stop being that face. You schmuck. Johnny Ravioli.
Oh, Tony.
Bruce is weird in a lot of the comics, and it embraced that. It did, but also I just think it didn't get it enough.
Yeah.
But I understand why though. It's like, because even Superman went through that point. Is like, well, I don't need to be Clark because Clark is getting in the way of me being Superman full time. And I get what they were trying to get is like, I don't need to be Bruce Wayne because it gets in the way of Batman full time. And
then Alfred finally kind of tells him, hey, you need to have the persona. You need to keep both sides up. And he understands. He gets that as he grows. So I understand why it is that way, but I can't say it's the best Batman because it's part of the story. Bruce Wayne is part of the Batman story. Yeah. So I feel like that's why you miss a little bit of that. Yeah. So that's just
if they do a trilogy, which I do hope they do, but if they do a trilogy, and he grows as becoming a better Batman, which he was already a great Batman on screen, but also becoming more of Bruce Wayne, then I'll be like, okay, as a whole, this whole thing was great because Christian Bale did the same thing. Like he didn't want to be Bruce Wayne anymore, and then Alfred came in and is like, hey, listen, this is your dad's name. You have to fight for. You have to protect. So I can see stuff like that. But but Bruce Wayne is really weird sometimes in the comics. I'll give you that.
I mean, he's a sociopath. Come on, man. We know that.
Were you gonna say something, Brandon?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying. I was just kind of reiterating. I liked, even with Batman Begins, even though they did kind of tackle that obsessive element of Bruce and him wanting to just be Batman as often as possible, he still maintained that public playboy image. So I'm just kind of, I'm
did he really? I don't feel like he wasn't maintaining it, and that was the problem.
Batman?
It would be like the Dark Knight and all that stuff.
The Dark Knight.
And then the Batman Begins and stuff. He wasn't doing it, and Alfred had to say, "Hey, look, bro, you need to go. You got to keep it going." He wasn't. It would be 9 months, and you wouldn't see Bruce Wayne.
But the bottom line is, he was still buying hotels and going out with models and stuff like that. So he was maintaining it. I did like the idea of the kind of rough around the edges. He was 2 years into his career as Batman in this new one. Yeah. So I like it was something new. It was something that we hadn't seen. So I really appreciated that.
Yeah, yeah, and I like that for that. Seeing early stages that was cool.
Yeah.
I forgot where we left off. Brian said, I will pass on anything Pattinson. I just don't like him, but I did appreciate them using the Riddler instead of Joker.
Yeah, well, geez, Brandon, if you can't get past Twilight, just say it.
Tenet, he was in Tenet. He was great in Tenet.
He was great in Tenet. I mean, I love this character, but Tenet should have been a better movie. So
I thought Tenet was great.
It should
have sounded better. They should have.
I was gonna say you guys could actually hear the dialogue.
Yeah. At home, when I was able to blast the surround sound, but in the theater, you're like, huh? Yeah.
What? What did he say?
Yeah, then they scream the next moment. You're like, I'm deaf.
And then the music was just leading on like.
Oh yeah, I love the music, but it didn't
make sense. It didn't match.
Yeah, it didn't match the rest of the audio.
I agree with this 100%.
The most accurate Batman / Catwoman relationship in the movies.
Yeah,
I agree with that 100%. 100%.
I like it.
I think she did the best job as Catwoman.
Yeah, she was really great. She was really great. Zach said, "You guys think Batman will make an appearance in the Penguin?" I think so. Towards the end.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah, I think so.
I can see it too.
Yeah. And then Dirty Vegas said, Clancy Brown is in it. It's for sure going to be good. Oh, is he going to be in it?
He is.
Oh, all right.
It's probably going to be really good. Okay, I'm all for it.
The only thing he was in I liked was the elephant movie. The elephant movie. What elephant movie?
From
Water for Elephants.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good one. You mean Adam West? And the old one. He said the first one.
Michael Keaton, man. Give me Michael Keaton.
Adam West was a fun one though. That was fun.
I mean, that's our transition, man.
That's transition. It was just the way he would talk, and then the Robin.
I just love them always going up the buildings.
Shark repellent on the belt, like. That was great.
Oh,
that was great. That was great. Brent said, Ben's Batman embraced Bruce.
Ben Affleck could be one of the better Batmans. Should have been one of the better Batmans because he makes sense as him. I still think
like
the movies,
old. Yeah.
The movies don't do it justice, but he makes sense. I believe him beating up people. I could see Ben Affleck beating people's face in. Like it makes way more sense than for everyone else.
Massive dude.
Yeah, everyone else is like you get hit by Batman. You're like, all right, dude, I'm gonna choke you to death.
Yeah, Christian Bale hits you. You're like, what was that?
All right, hold this. I beat you down. Like, come on, yeah.
Although in either of the Justice League movies, the Whedon or the Snyder, he just seemed like he was over it. He's like, I'm done. Like he's like, just to get paid. Yeah.
Every time I say, I think about that picture or that meme with him with the smoking cigarette. He's like,
yeah,
that's like him in the entire movie.
Like, is it over? Said Ben's Batman embraced Bruce. You never saw Bruce run into danger in any other Batman iteration. But yeah,
he did
run into danger.
He did kind of walk towards the Joker and take a bullet graze to the arm in the first one in the 1989 version.
Yep, he did. I mean, he was killing everybody. That's what you guys gotta remember, man. That Batman was a badass. Michael Keaton was it.
Come on, man. When he like grabs the silver plate, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
He was channeling his inner Beetlejuice there.
Yeah. So
I that's the reason why I'm gonna go see the Flash. Literally.
Yeah,
there's no other reason.
They're marketing it like it's going to be a Batman movie. There's like a dozen more posters of just Batman.
Oh yeah, when you have a main star that problematic,
Well, yeah, and then you're like, hey, remember this guy that you all love?
Yeah, so. This is Batman co-starring, or this is a Batman movie guest starring the Flash.
Exactly. Flash. Yeah. Dirty said Robert Pattinson was good in Good Time. Really good movie. Same guy who wrote, directed Uncut Gems. I don't think I've seen Good Time.
I haven't seen it either, but I don't hate Robert Pattinson at all. Robert Pattinson, I feel like he's a good actor. I know he made the Twilight movies and I know it was annoying as hell, but he himself is a good actor. So.
Yeah. Everyone's got to start somewhere, and I can't even be mad for him for Twilight. Get your money,
Yeah.
Hey, I would have done it.
all that money. Pattinson has done a bunch of great indie films. Yeah, he's done a lot of good stuff. He's good.
He's
good.
A very good actor.
I can't knock him.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So real quick, one thing before we end it with the Penguin, I think this might be. There's a comic book run of the Batman where basically he lets the Penguin run the city. Not run the city, but he's like, hey, you need I'm gonna stay away from you. I didn't read it. I just kind of read the Cliff Notes version of it. But basically, I think Penguin was gone. I forgot, because of Batman or because he chose to be. But then the city kind of was crazy and it was too much for the Batman to handle. And then he goes back to the Penguin. He goes, listen, I'll let you regain your power. But then once you regain your power, we're back to me versus you. But listen, man, do your thing.
This craziness has to be cut down. We need. I know how you react. I know how you do things. At least will be things will be under control. And
So I think I wonder if that's going to be something like this, where he's going to get all this control, and then at the end, Batman comes in and is like, listen, I let you gain control, but now you're going a step beyond, and I need to put you in check. I can see something like that happening. I don't know.
Or is Penguin just going to be around in the background for the entire time? So, and then in the third movie, he finally says, "I have to take Penguin down because he's gotten too big."
Yeah, and this could be all setting up Penguin to be the big bad guy.
Yeah, the villain.
Yeah, like the overarching villain.
Which makes sense because you can't really use Joker because Joker's just been used. I mean, he's the villain, but you have two of the best Jokers and two of the greatest actors of all time, playing them. So why even try to go to that part? Use the Penguin.
I hope the Joker stays locked up in Arkham in this new kind of really, if he stayed locked up in Arkham in the whole of however many movies or shows they make, I'd be totally fine with it.
What if Penguin's the main bad guy and one of his moves is in movie 3, he lets the Joker releases the Joker as his chess move, because it's Batman versus Penguin playing chess, and one of his moves is, I'm gonna release the Penguin. Release the Joker from Arkham Asylum, and that's one of his moves, and it kind of blows everything up. And then now the whole third movie is him having to deal with Joker and then dealing with the Penguin. I can see that being exactly how they go. So Clayface can still be the second movie, but Penguin's still going to be there in the background, still doing his stuff.
Yeah, like still doing like the dirty work on the ground, kind of bad guy.
And even saying like, well, this Clayface guy is getting out of line, and that's what Batman's doing. He's getting them, come and get this guy who's going out of line. But Penguin gets too big for his britches. Batman tries to say, hey, you need to get back in your spot, and he says, no, who are you? I own you now. And then release the Joker. Now we have all these things, these elements, and we can have a very cool Batman third movie. And I think that would be a great way to end the trilogy.
Yeah,
with the Joker still getting away.
Yeah, that's how it needs to be. But I said they need to use him, otherwise it would be a waste of Barry Keoghan. Is that Keegan? Okay.
That's Keegan.
Yeah, I mean, they barely used them in the first one. I mean, there was the deleted scene that we got later that was amazing. But that wasn't technically part of the movie, so that's not canon. I mean, the only Barry Keoghan we got was the laugh. So I don't know.
But I think that still could be setting up things for the third movie.
Yeah,
once
setting
again,
up
we're setting it up all for the third movie, and then that won't be a small role in the third movie, because once you release the Joker's going to go Joker on the city, and he's going to destroy everything. And trying to put that genie back in the bottle is going to be hard.
Yeah, you imagine having like Barry Keoghan having his own Joker show kind of thing. I think that'd be cool. Because there's a comic book where Joker comes out of Arkham, but before he goes and messes with Batman, he has to regain all his money and street cred. Basically, like he goes to the strip club, he runs, and he's like, "Hey, I'm back," and like he messes with people, and it's a really good, like I think it's just a graphic novel of it, like him prepping to go mess with Batman. So he gets out, gets all his money, gets all his goons back and stuff like that, and it was a pretty good story, especially if you're a Joker fan.
I'm all for that.
Yeah. But all right, I think we talked about this one a lot. It looks good. It looks really good. I'm excited. Colin Farrell is a great actor. Matt Reeves is a great director. And I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be very mobster and very. I still think it's going to still stay true to the Penguin character, So I like it. But cool. We'll for sure check this out and review that as it releases sometime next year.
2024.
Yep. So
Brian, you're not too angry about this trailer being released too early, are you?
Well, it's not a trailer.
It's even behind the scenes. It's showing the cameraman on purpose. So like it's just telling you like this is nothing. I'm showing you nothing. I'm just telling you nothing's happening. That's what it is. It's fine. Tell me nothing.
Production teaser.
Tell me nothing.
Okay.
And it's not a movie. How about that?
Okay.
It is a Disney Plus show.
All right, man.
Just open up that can of worms.
Now I want to talk about Batman, and Batman does not. You better stop. You better stop me now.
All right, we're gonna put him down. Let him go on his rant. Watch, I'm gonna click back, and he's still gonna be talking about Batman.
Oh, you looking at me on mute? You didn't know.
All right, but cool. That's our thoughts of the Penguin trailer and kind of like what we think about that and how it's going to connect to maybe the movies and stuff like that. But leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the Penguin. All your thoughts. If you're watching live, stick around. We got one more thing coming up. If you're watching on replay, thank you. Appreciate it. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to be starting announcing our giveaways for the big 1,000 subscriber event. Once we hit that, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, share with your friends and all that good stuff. We're gonna have a couple giveaways once we hit 1,000, so it's gonna be fun. But thank you guys, and we're gonna move on to our last topic for the night. All right, let's knock this one out real quick. So I'm not gonna talk basically because I didn't see it, but I'll set it up and then I'll let you guys just do your goods, do your bads, and do your ratings and call it a night.
You just do the.
Yeah, I'll do the intro and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I'll just try to move it along.
Yeah. Let's keep this not forever.
Yeah. I think Yeah. We can do probably 20-minute one, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I mean, just you two really. So
most of my reviews are 20 minutes. So yeah, let's do it.
All right. Anybody got synopsis real quick?
I already
saw. You
got
it. All right, you got it. All right, let's do it. All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tate Kramer. I'm with Brian the Grizzly over here and Brandman Brandon. And these guys are going to talk about, I'm all turned around. They're going to talk about Renfield, the new Nick Cage movie about Dracula. So unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see it, so I won't be able to talk much about it. But I'll be here and help guide the conversation. But Brian, you got a quick synopsis for us?
Oh yes, definitely do. Renfield, the tortured aide of his narcissistic boss Dracula, is forced to procure his master's prey and do his every bidding. However, after centuries of servitude, he is ready to see if there's a life outside the shadows of the Prince of Darkness.
Oh,
that's pretty much what's going on. Yeah,
straight out of the trailer. I think that was everything the trailer showed us.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the ratings at the end with some Rotten Tomatoes and box office numbers. But before we do that, we'll start off with some of the good stuff. What you guys liked about this one? Let's go first.
Go ahead, B.
All right, no problem. First and foremost, I thought the movie was legitimately hilarious. There were a lot of good laughs that this movie gave me, and it blended the horror and comedy, or not even horror because it wasn't scary, but it was quite brutal.
Yes.
So it made the most of its R rating in terms of the gore and violence factor.
Yes, gore.
It really didn't shy away from that.
He ripped off the dude's arms.
Yeah,
and then they're throwing the arms around.
Used them as projectiles.
He killed one person with another person's arms. It's awesome. You got to see it.
Yeah, obviously a lot of people were in when it came to this movie because of Nicolas Cage's Dracula. He definitely did not disappoint. Just the acting all around the table. Nicholas Hoult is great in pretty much everything that he's in.
Yeah.
And it really did run with the plot point of Renfield trying to complete a 12-step program. which was hilarious. So it didn't just have that and then abandon it. It really did go all the way with that premise as well.
It did well too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, those are my favorite things about it.
I love Nicholas Hoult. So who plays Renfield. The fact that he goes to a meeting for narcissistic bosses, whatever, and he finds all the bad people in their life, and he tries to use those bad people as people that he feeds to the Nicolas Cage Dracula. And they're so terrible people, and he's killing these people. He's dragging them to him, right? And he's and Dracula can't regenerate because it's this terrible blood, it's terrible stuff, and it's hilarious. He wants a bus full of cheerleaders or a coven of nuns, and it's just that's why I really need to regenerate, and he doesn't give him those things. I love Renfield's transformation. He becomes a full-fledged kid. He has colored sweaters. Oh, he's just a little kitty cat or something like that. He has colored walls. He has his own apartment. He has all this stuff. It's so fun.
Wait, so he doesn't live with Dracula then?
He finds his own place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He allows him to find his own place. So so Dracula's sitting there calling him, and he's not answering his phone. He's not answering his calls through his through his mind because he has the mind control. It was fun. It understood the assignment. It gave you a lot of gore. It gave you a lot of fighting scenes. It didn't have to make sense all the time. The story was actually pretty good. I was surprised that the story was decent. And the acting was fun. I enjoyed my experience.
Okay. So some things I had fun. What about some bad things? Some things you guys didn't quite like?
While it did do really good with its premise, I thought it could have done a little more with it. The whole Renfield completing like the 12-step program was great. I would have been fine with them doing even more with Nicolas Cage's Dracula.
Yeah, probably more.
You have Nicolas Cage as Dracula. This is the role. Like Nicolas Cage is known for being manic and over the top, which was one of the biggest reasons I'm like, oh, he's going to be awesome as Dracula, and that's the thing, he was. I think they could have done more with him. I think also the third act did kind of veer off into very generic final boss showdown kind of territory. I thought I would have been fine with them doing a little bit less in that regard. I'd say that was where, like, I don't want to say it lost me, but I was kind of, at the same time, I was like, that was just okay. And I'd say I was kind of on the fence about the Awkwafina character.
I wasn't on the fence at all. I'll tell you all about it in a second.
Yeah, like I have a thing about like main characters teaming up with cop characters. It kind of gets a little boring to me from time to time. I guess it worked for what they were doing with it, but at the same time, it was like I might have thought about doing something different. So those were my things. One more thing that I did like about it was the runtime, because it didn't wear out its welcome. It was,
exactly.
Yeah, it was the pacing was good. It's nice to be reminded sometimes that not everything needs to be like a 2.5 near 3 hour epic. We're getting a little Hollywood's kind of doing that a little too much nowadays. So it's nice to be reminded that movies can last an hour and a half and some change and still kind of do their job.
Yeah. So real quick before you go, Brian, we got Zach saying, I just got back from my second viewing. I love this movie. So Zach really likes it. And I'm pretty sure, Zach, let me know if you have a review out. If not, I know there's going to be one soon. So anybody watching, go check out Zach's channel down there. Then we got Brandon Davis said, fun fact, I watched Forever Purge this weekend, and the scene where they went into the movie theater, Dracula was playing, and Renfield was the character on screen. Yep. So there you go. That's kind of funny. And then Horgeek said, I'm on the fence with Awkwafina in general. There you go. So I guess it's a good lead in. I do. So there you go. So go check out Zach's channel. Give him a sub. He does a lot of cool stuff over there.
Very good reviews. I enjoy watching.
Very good reviews. Very fun lives too.
He's fun. Yeah.
So make sure you go check him out. But Brian, what you got, man? What didn't you like about Renfield?
I thought that they really missed the boat with Nicolas Cage. He should have been more on screen, a lot more. Nicolas Cage is so over the top. He was so good as Dracula. Literally, we probably only got him on the screen in the first 2 acts, maybe 10 minutes.
Wow.
Like really, you really missed the boat with that. I understood it was about Renfield, but Nicolas Cage's Dracula just is perfect casting. Like it's in your mind, you think of it and you laugh because that's what it is. Like, I mean, I feel like they missed that, and I feel like we got too much Awkwafina in it. I just, it's hard for me, though she's a very pretty girl. Like she's pretty, you know. I can see people saying she's attractive. I totally understand that, but it's hard to see her as a love interest because of the way she acts sometimes, you know. And when you're trying to hit over the top, she's the love interest for Renfield, just didn't hit for me. You know, her sister, yeah, I can see that. You know, but her, you know, she's too Awkwafina all the time. And it's weird for me to say that in a Nicolas Cage movie, because it's Nicolas Cage all the time. But she's too much, and when you're a side character, sometimes that takes away. I feel like sometimes, but you know, I thought the story was fine. I thought everything else was good, but just too much Awkwafina, not enough Nicolas Cage. I think if you put those ingredients into it a little bit differently, you get a better movie at the end.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else with the good or bad? So Brand said exactly about her. I don't buy her Shang-Chi as a love interest.
Yeah, it's hard when you. I mean, even Renfield, like he looked like he likes her, and it's obvious she likes him, but it just didn't buy the chemistry. Like they're on the screen, I could buy them as buddy cop, doing things, cool, fun things on together, but I couldn't buy them as he's just. I don't know. I can't buy her as the love interest, and that was my biggest problem
with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else before we get into the rating? Any last thoughts?
They did not develop a lot of characters, guys. There was not a lot of character development in this movie. You only have an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And that's what my big complaint about. If you're not going to develop a lot of characters, then give me more Dracula.
Just one character.
Yeah, maybe more.
Yeah. All right. And I mean, I didn't expect very much character development in this movie anyway, so I'm not surprised by that. But with that being said, I'll let you guys do your ratings. So here at Spoiler Kings, we do things a little different, a little nice and easy. We do now, later, or never. So a now ranking means you got to drop what you're doing and go check it out right now. Later means you can wait till it's out on streaming, watch it at home. And never means skip it, don't waste your money, don't kill your brain cells watching it. What do you guys are giving Renfield? Brandon, let you go first.
I would have to say, and this is kind of a tough call for me, I'd give it a later, only because, I think there's a lot more things out at the moment that I enjoyed that are worth more of a second viewing, like Dungeons and Dragons, which I've already seen more than once. The Mario movie was fun. There's a couple more. Evil Dead's getting ready to come out. So there's a lot of other things that I'd probably divert my attention to seeing in the theater. This you don't necessarily have to see in the theater. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely a fun time. I had a really entertaining time watching it. But I think the only things that really crippled it is, like Brian said, the co-star Awkwafina, it was fun, but it just didn't run far enough with its premise at times. It ran, it ran with it at times, but it didn't run as far as it could.
Yeah.
So I don't want to call it a wasted opportunity at all. It definitely wasn't. But at the same time, I can't really be like, drop what you're doing and go see this now. More like, give it a watch when you're able to give it a watch.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd have to say later for this one.
Okay. For me, I also will give it a later. I'm going to say I actually think I would enjoy this movie more at home than I'm going in the theater. There's nothing about the theater that enhances this movie. Sometimes you have Dolby sound. It's so dark that you have you feel the sound, you feel the characters in it. There's nothing about a movie theater that really enhances it. But being at home and being able to enjoy the Nicolas Cage part of it and enjoy the absurdity of some of these things, I think will be even better. I honestly believe that this would be one. If it's his streaming, it's going to probably break some streaming records. It's going to be one of those things that people are going to love to hate, or even love to love. It might be something that keeps on coming back and back and back. Like a lot of Nicolas Cage movies do. Yeah. So, and not a lot of people saw this in the movie theaters already. So I think I'm not alone in saying that. But I honestly think this is a later movie, something when you get a chance and when it comes on streaming, you'll probably enjoy. Sometime in August, you're going to enjoy watching this movie.
Yeah. I mean, with the way it is, they might wait those 45 days and
they didn't come right out.
It's right out, So you might get it in
June,
2 months. Yeah. Cool. But so we'll look at some of the numbers. So we got Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 58% from the critics and an 80% with the audience. So that's kind of interesting. So audience really enjoyed it, but the critics, obviously, just from seeing the trailer, I didn't think the critics were going to like it anyway. So that's not too surprising.
Because they compared it to an actual movie, into an actual Dracula movie. But no, it's just a funny spoof horror, gore, comedy, and that's what it really is. And if you go in knowing that, you're going to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I thought it might score a couple more points with critics, just especially with the talent involved. Chris McKay wrote and directed it. He did the Lego movies, I believe. He did the Tomorrow. He wrote and directed the Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt. So he's made some pretty solid stuff. And when I heard that he was doing this one, I'm like, yeah, he's pretty good. His brand of comedy kind of suits this. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But obviously the audience liked it. 80% is not too bad for an audience number. It's not bad.
Because it's perfect for 93 minutes of enjoying Nicolas Cage be a vampire, the role he was born to play. Like, he's literally over the top and always that way. Like, he's so good at being Dracula. I just wish we got more of it. It's great. I enjoy that.
Yeah, but Horror Geek was right. Yeah, it opened up. So I remember before going to see it, it had really high numbers, and then went down, with the critics as it went out, and more critics went to go see it and stuff like that. So, but yeah, 58 for a spoof is still not too bad. I mean, I know a lot of critics tend to be too critical with some, especially on a spoof like this. But it is what it is. But the real number that the box office, or that the studio cares about, is the box office. So it made 7.7 million domestically, 10 million globally,
worldwide,
which is wow.
Whoa,
compared to Mario's second week of 87 million.
Well, I don't think that's fair, Mario. But compared to The Exorcist, the Pope's Exorcist,
the Pope's Exorcist,
and that beat it still.
Yeah,
that's where you're like, oh, okay, people don't want to see this. Because I also think that you don't know exactly what it is. They don't know exactly where to put it. Is it a horror movie? Is it a gore movie? No, it's just a fun movie, guys. That's what it is. It's just a fun movie. And I almost wonder, does it do better its second week?
Maybe. I can see it doing better, but I don't think it's winning, because this upcoming week we got Evil Dead, and obviously I think that, I don't know if that's going to beat Mario, but that's going to do better than 7 million. I think that's going to do pretty good. If the Pope's Exorcist did about 18 million, I mean, I could see that getting around 30, and even Mario maybe dropping down to like maybe 50 at this point.
I think Mario still makes money, but 50.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe going to make $950 million. Somewhat, basically what I thought
Mario?
was going to be. Yeah, I think it's going to.
It's going to come close to that bill.
It's going to be really close. It really close.
Yeah. So, yeah. Why watch this when Evil Dead Rises on the way? True. So,
because it's fun. It's Nicolas Cage. Yeah. You have to understand, Nicolas Cage just does fun movies, and you can enjoy the experience. Yeah. It's not a horror movie. It's not. Yeah. I didn't look up the corner of a screen at one point in time at all.
So it's safe.
So it's safe, guys.
Brian's safe.
It's so safe that it was like an 8-year-old right next to me in another seat. I was like, your parents letting you watch this? As they ripping off people's arms and stuff like that and knocking people's head off. And it was like, fine, whatever. It was so absurd that they didn't have a problem with it.
Well, yeah, it was correct. But I can see people going to watch Evil Dead Rise and being too nightmare fueled that they might go see Renfield just as the palate cleanse. Yeah. With way better reviews to boot. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah, and Mario's on track to make a bill. Yeah. It's like have collapse and miss. Yeah.
Well, so let's say they make 50 million this next couple of next weekend, and then it makes 40, and then it'll start slowing down. I think it's going to be real close. I think eventually it makes, because I think the numbers from overseas, international numbers, are going to push it over the bill.
Yeah,
I think that's what's going to.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, it has a chance to be the highest grossing animated film of all time. There's a good chance it's going to do that. It's already broken a bunch of different records for animated and video games. But yeah, I mean, right now that's the one to beat. I thought maybe Renfield, just because Nick Cage and it being so goofy, might have came close, but it didn't even come in second. You know, yeah, it was that kind of sucks, you know. But you know, like I said, I haven't seen it. I'm still gonna go see it. You know, I love Nick Cage. The Holt is a pretty good actor, you know, and you know, seeing a good spoofy, stupid movie is always fun. So, and both of you guys give it a later, so I guess I'm right in the category of seeing it later.
That's what you did, yeah.
So, but anything else, guys, before we call it?
No,
just it's fun. So like you're not wasting time. You literally go in the movie theater at 1:00. You're out of the movie theater at 2:00, including the previews. It's done. I mean, at 3:00, you're done. Like you're not wasting a lot of time. You can go see that as a pilot, like as a prelude to another movie. That's how fast this movie is.
Do it, yeah. So cool. But so that is it. That is these guys their review of Renfield. Both giving it a later. But let us know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Let us know if you liked it. Do you think it was stupid? Did you skip it? Are you going to watch it later? Are you going to wait till it comes at home? You know, like I think both of you guys recommended watching it at home. So, so I don't know. Are you going to check that out? Let us know. Leave a comment. And we love chit-chatting with you guys. And then if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're going to start announcing our 1,000 sub giveaway. 850, we're going to announce our third place, so that's right around the corner. So make sure you hit that sub button and hit that like button, and it lets YouTube know we're doing some good stuff over here. But that is it for this one. If you're watching on replay, appreciate it. Thank you. If you're watching live, stick around. We're going to finish things up. But later.
Thanks, guys.
All right. I got nothing. I got it. Well, I'll show these review with Drew real quick. I don't know if any film will go outgross Mario this year.
I think Transformers might have a chance.
It might. I don't know.
I don't think even Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, as much as I'm going to love it, I don't know if it has a chance to be Mario. Mario's going to be tough.
I think it's going to have better ratings.
Yeah.
It's not going to have better dollars. Mario is it's a kid's movie that is fun and adults, you know, love it.
Nostalgia. And then also, I mean, just overseas, it's only at 350 million for domestic. It's at another 340 million overseas.
Yeah.
I don't know if any movie is going to have that same number for that.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
$400 million international. You know, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a fun movie. You know, I like it. The View with Drew. Huge question for you guys. Do you think Indiana Jones could Logan for James, or could be Logan for James McAvoy's best movies? Or could beat Logan. I'm assuming could beat Logan for James Mangold's best movies. I don't think so.
Indiana Jones 5, it's possible, might be a flop. I honestly think it's possible. I mean, we've seen Crystal Skulls. Come on, guys. If you've seen that, you know what could be. So, and
now Spielberg directing that. That's bad.
It's possible. It's the end of the franchise, and then you just know that.
Yeah. I think realistically, I think it's gonna be a fun movie. It's gonna be good, but it's not gonna like be great. Logan was great, you know.
I watch it sometimes, still be like, man, this is so good. I can't believe what I watched.
Yeah. So, and then he also asks, have you guys seen 3:10 to Yuma?
Yes.
And Walk the Line by James Mangold? And if so, what are your thoughts? Both are great.
Yeah.
3:10
to Yuma was okay for me. 3:10 to Yuma is one of the best movies I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really great movie.
Yeah. I like to Walk the Line. You know, I like Walk the Line.
Not for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's a, you know, not a documentary, like a biopic, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, And if you're not into Johnny Cash, then
yeah, I'm just not
really
Johnny
don't.
Cash. It's like, oh, okay, I don't care. You know, like he was fine, you know, but I just didn't care. So it was like, okay.
Yeah. So I liked it. You know, Joaquin Phoenix did a really good job, I thought. So, but yeah, both were great. 310 to Yuma is like, I think, underrated. I don't think enough people talked about it. Like,
Oh yeah, it's an awesome movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's an all-time great movie. I think 310 to Yuma. You look at your top 100 movies, that's probably somewhere on your list. It's probably around 70 on your list.
Maybe.
I think I've seen that. Yeah. 310 to Yuma for a lot list.
Yeah. I think we need to make our own list. We need to do our top 100 films of all time.
I like that. I like that idea.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah. But cool, man. Anything else, guys? I know we've been 3 hours now. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to sleep.
Yep. But appreciate it, man. We had a bunch of people in chat. Appreciate that. You know, consistent viewers. Appreciate that. Horror Geek, the viewer Drew, Brandon, Zach coming in. What else we got? Dirty Vegas. Appreciate you stopping by. Tony, of course. Tony always be making me laugh, man. Tony's funny.
Perp was in today. Xavier Phoenix, you know, said
Derpy.
Bigger Ford came in.
Yeah. Yeah, Anzo in here.
Anzo came in and did his thing. So appreciate everybody. That was a lot of fun.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, send a view. Go check out his channel as well. But cool. I think Cold Lords. Oh yeah, man, go check out Cold Lords for sure. They went to go see the Pope's Exorcist, so I wouldn't mind. I think they're going to be doing a review sometime soon. I think they're doing like a review a week now. So, but yeah. Well, that's not it. But Horror Geek said I'll probably watch Suzumi tomorrow. I want to see that. I love anime. It looks great. I don't know what it's about. It just looks great. So. That's on my list to watch.
You had me at hello. So
yeah, you had me at hello. So check that out. And good night, everyone. Good night. Thank you guys. Then Professor Film right at the end. It's one of the most underrated westerns. 310
for you. 310 to
Agreed.
You.
Agreed.
Yes, it is.
Agreed. But cool. Thank you guys, and we will see you guys on Thursday with the finale of Mando. It's kind of sad, and maybe. Because the Power Ranger movie, if you guys want to, because that comes out on Wednesday, and I am for sure going to watch it because I a diehard Power Ranger fan. Maybe not the Mighty Morphin diehard. After Mighty Morphin,
yeah, I could do the first 2 or 3 seasons, and I'm kind of out for that.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll do that, but for sure, Mandalorian on Thursday. That's gonna be fun. But cool.
I believe you guys with this. Zordon is the real villain.
Kinda.
I don't even feel like getting into that can of worms tonight.
We'll see. All right, guys. See you guys later. Appreciate everyone stopping by.
All right, guys.
Later, guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.